Robertsdale. He was suspended by the USPS back in November of last year after large amounts of mail were found to be undelivered. All of that mail was located in piles throughout an apartment that Chandler was renting. A federal judge will now sentence Chandler to prison this coming August. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
For many homeowners, there's untapped reserves hiding in plain sight. It's not in the savings account. It's not in the stock market. It's right under your roof. Now more than ever, homeowners are sitting on record levels of home equity, and that equity belongs to you. It can be used to consolidate high-interest credit card debt, to pay expensive school tuition, to cover medical expenses, to invest in renovations, you name it, because that money is yours. This isn't about taking on unnecessary debt. It's about using an asset you already own to improve your financial position and your quality of life. The key is understanding your options and choosing the strategy that fits your goals. Let's see what's possible with the equity in your home. Give us a call at Alabama Home Mortgage today at 334-567-4223 or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. That's Alabama Home Mortgage, because there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586368, Equal Housing Lender.
E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, ride for free. E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, ride for free.
At E-Bike Oasis, we're more than just Montgomery's best electric bicycle store. E-Bike Oasis offers free 1-hour electric bicycle rentals and a full-service electric bike repair shop. Stop by E-Bike Oasis in Montgomery today for free rentals, repairs, and electric bicycle brands in town.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Welcome into the program. Thank God for another beautiful day. Hopefully it'll be a good, beautiful show. And Montgomery needs a new mayor. We got stuff in the news about Iran firing off ballistic missiles, and Trump sending a blunt warning message to the Iranians, but then Axios saying there's like some deal agreed to, a 60-day ceasefire, some memorandum of understanding. It's a whole thing. We also have a story on how Ozempic is rewiring your brain. The New York Times is now saying a lot of that climate doomsday prediction stuff, like Al Gore in particular, it was wrong. It's a little much. It's interesting how the backtrack comes down the line. Trump may appear on a brand new $250 bill, and at the state level, Ivey, Sugar, delays the August 11th special congressional primary ballot certification amidst this redistricting certainty. But of course, I believe the Attorney General's office, assisted by the Trump DOJ, the Civil Rights Division, has appealed this recent 3-judge ruling shooting down the 6-1 map to the United States Supreme Court. So hopefully that'll get wrapped up, and all sorts of odds and ends with local politics, new polling out, and the lieutenant governor race. We can get to all that in just a moment. First, though, let's, as we usually do on Thursdays, kick things off with Erica Thomas of 1819 News. Erica, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are y'all doing, Joey?
Oh, I'm pretty good. Just Eddie's late. He's not here yet. He had a lunch meeting or something like that.
Oh, well, I will try to help fill the spot and fill the void while he's out. Let's see. What can we get into?
Yeah, that's dangerous. That's a dangerous. I'm just gonna go back to the headlines because I can't treat you like I treat Eddie. I'm sorry. I just refuse to.
I don't mind.
Well, I want to focus in on something that is your neck of the woods, but it affects this congressional district up here, at least the old one. Shamari Figures. Local leaders caught off guard after his amendment for removal of tunnels for maritime navigation. It seems like a communication breakdown here.
Well, definitely there was I don't know if you call it a communication breakdown, but I would call it a lack of communication, period. None. actually the headline is, quote, never remotely discussed. So U.S. Representative figures he amended a federal bill, this Build America 250 Act. They're trying to get this passed this year, and it's going to help out with a bunch of infrastructure projects across the nation. It's supposed to be like one of the biggest infrastructure bills ever passed federally. Well, he made an amendment, and that amendment was to allow for funding for the removal of underwater tunnels, such as the ones in Mobile, if there is a need to improve the waterway for trade. So, I mean, I say it terribly, but definitely go to 1819news.com. You can see the actual wording of this. I linked the amendment in there. But in a press release, figures came out and talked about this, and then the local leaders down here were like, what are you talking about? What are we doing? We've never even thought about removing those tunnels in Mobile. And so there's two tunnels in Mobile. It's the George Wallace Tunnel, and then there's the Bankhead Tunnel, and they allow drivers to travel under the Mobile River. And the wording in this press release made it sound like the plan is to remove or modify those tunnels in order to help the navigation of the boats that are going up in the channel. So, I mean, this was just really crazy. I talked to the Daphne mayor. He also serves as the Eastern Shore MPO. So he's been a part of all these talks, not only about the Mobile River, but also the Mobile River Bridge project that they're doing. They got this huge project that's going to go on, and so the new bridge is going to be a toll bridge that they're building. And he said, actually, the plan has always been to keep those tunnels because we need a free route for people who want to get across for free.
Oh, what a mess. It seems like, sometimes it's difficult to get the feds, state, and local all on the exact same page. But, the federal delegation, no matter if they're Democrat or Republican, really wants the expansion to go through. So I wonder who's going to cry uncle first if push comes to shove.
Well, I mean, you just said on the same page, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're not in the same book. This is like no. I mean, and people around here do not want what Shamari Figures is doing. I mean, or is suggesting. He came out, his team absolutely refused to get back with me for a media request. They won't even send me press releases. So I don't know what other than what this press release that was publicly shared, I don't know what his purpose in doing this was. And it could be that he's looking like 50, 100 years from now. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, he hadn't told us.
Well, I mean, and this may be a problem with having courts draw up new congressional districts that divvy up communities. And that's interesting how that works. By the way, what do you think of that, that three-judge panel striking down the 6-1 map, essentially saying, Alabama, y'all still so racist? And I don't know. I'm not surprised by it.
I'm not surprised at all by that, and I think the major players in this kind of saw this coming. I know. I watched Catherine Robertson at a debate, and she was saying, that will happen, and when it does, we're just going to go back to SCOTUS directly, and that's what we're having to do here. But I mean, this court has a history of doing their thing, so we'll see what happens. My question is, I'm like, what if this goes down? What happens? What if this goes down? I want to know what the contingency plans are for everything, but I feel like we're just sitting and waiting to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, it just also seems all the rhetoric back and forth. The 6-1 map was the map for decades. And it's just interesting how all of a sudden what we cause drama about in our politics Now, there's another story you wrote up. It's a short story, but it has my interest. Apparently, Lee County just elected a sheriff named Cam Hunt here recently, and his wife just got arrested?
Yes, she did. And this is, like a week after the primary, I think, something like that. She was arrested on misdemeanor domestic violence.
Ooh.
Yeah, and she apparently, now I do have to say, when you say domestic violence, that sounds scary.
Yeah.
Domestic violence, 3rd degree, can be harassment, basically. So it can be stuff that you do verbally. And we don't know any details on this. In fact, I need to go look it up, see if there's any more details available in the court system. But her name is Aggie Hunt. She's 36. She got arrested on Memorial Day, I believe they said, or it was like midnight Sunday. So technically Memorial Day. And Cam Hunt actually released a statement. He said, "This is a private family matter. It's involving people that I love and I care about." He didn't really want to say too much. He said he will not be discussing the details publicly or engaging in speculation online. So, but he did say everybody is fine. His family, everybody, his kids are fine. So that's good. And he said his focus right now is just going to be moving forward and ask for prayers for them.
Well, and, that's always sad when you got to wonder what it is. But, we'll see it play out. And, again, if it's a misdemeanor, it's a lower charge. One thing that's jumping out to me is her full name is Aggie Kaylin Hunt, but she goes by her middle name. I'm not surprised that Aggie doesn't want to be called Aggie.
I love the name Aggie. I think it's so cute. It's definitely different,
Maybe for a dog.
Maybe her parents met at Texas A&M.
Yeah, but you want to be reminded of where your folks met? Like, I'm Auburn Ray Clark over here?
Look, I'm named after a soap opera, so I feel bad for...
You're named after a soap opera?
Yes. A character in the soap opera. Erica Kane in, I believe it was All My Children. Yeah. I'm an 80s baby. Soap operas were a huge deal back then.
No, it's a good name, at least. The Erica's a beautiful name.
It was All My Children. I always say Erica like America because it rhymes, and I love America. But the truth is my name came from trash TV back in the 80s.
We also have another legal thing. In this case, it's an actual sheriff's deputy in Butler County. He was arrested by the State Bureau of Investigation.
Yeah, and authorities aren't really releasing a lot of details on this case either, but the Butler County Sheriff's Office did confirm that Weston Kinney, he was charged with second-degree theft of property. I believe this is an investigation that began a few days ago, maybe last week, but he wasn't arrested until yesterday. The sheriff's office said it wasn't their investigation. It was an investigation with state authorities, but they helped them in their investigation. They cooperated. And so whenever they took him in, the sheriff, he said, this had nothing to do with us, but we fired him. We let him go. So he's no longer a deputy there. I believe he was an investigator himself. Not a lot of details, but like I said, he's charged with second-degree theft of property.
Man, sometimes you got to wonder who's watching the watchman, who's guarding against the guards. And, I guess the State Bureau of Investigation's looking out, and I also always wonder who locally is dirty, especially when you're having trouble getting cops. Who are the folks that are actually deciding? And I hate to even throw that suspicion or shade out there, but it's true.
Well, it would be so awkward to, if you are a cop, you have that brotherhood thing. Like, at what point do you say this brotherhood thing needs to die away and do what's right? I don't know. I mean, you have a brotherhood even in our business. we respect each other. We typically don't write bad things about each other, other than some outlets who like to write bad things about reporters for no reason. But I'm not going to go there. But it's just the respect thing. So when you are in the investigative realm, you know, what in the world, like, how do you know when you can cross that line or when you even should? You definitely should if somebody's doing something really bad, but some things are like, not worth ruining somebody's life over. I mean, it's just this whole thing. But I thought the other day, and this is why I said all that, I was sitting there and I said, I wish people would just stop being selfish, greedy, and just downright bad and put me out of business. You know, I wish I didn't have to do story after story on these authorities, these city officials, waterworks folks, just being crooked, you know, just stealing money. I mean, misappropriating money. Why? Like, why is there so many people that are doing this? It's crazy to me.
Well, it makes sense with some of these small town places. Like, people don't think anybody's looking. And it's also not really your money. Yeah, who's going to notice it? Does a little here, take a little here off the top, put a little in my account. I think there are folks who they don't have that internal conscience or moral compass. It's more about, am I going to get caught? And they think, well, I'm not going to get caught.
Yeah, and I think they do get away with that little bit. And so then they got a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. I remember when I was a teenager, I was working at a tanning salon in Dowie. Mm-hmm. And we had, I was 16 years old, and we had the cash box, you know, with us. Two little teenagers in there working. Well, our manager was she was probably in her 30s at the time. Maybe, I don't know, maybe she was in her 20s. I just thought she was old because she looked old. But all of a sudden, these $20 bills kept going missing. Every time I would come in the morning, it would be the box would be $20 short. And I told the owner, and she was over in Georgia, so she was like, "Oh, we'll worry about it." Well, it started to go to $50 missing every morning, and it ended up being that manager. She was stealing for months, and no one even bothered to look because it was a little bit of money, a little bit, and it adds up. But I always knew, even at 16, like, I would not do that. Not only did I not want to get in trouble, but I felt bad. I mean, I had a conscience. I felt like, you know, I don't want to take from somebody. I want their business to thrive and them to do good. Why don't we have this little chip in all of our brains and we just don't steal?
Yeah, well, it's sin, man. Like, it's just that people are prone to all sorts of stuff, you know, and I guess you could judge like a thief, somebody that has, you know, no problem at all stealing a little off the top. And then, you know, we all got our vices, so to speak, our temptations that are the ones that hook us. You can be angry or, you know, lustful or whatever. Gluttonous. I think gluttony is the most widespread one. It's like it's so easy to eat in America.
Yeah, every Sunday after church, that's when I like to eat the most. I like to eat my home-cooked warm meal, and I'm like, I just left church and I'm doing this. This is bad.
No, it's the Lord's Day. On Sunday, you can let it all hang out, so to speak.
I think you're supposed to do the opposite on the Lord's Day, but you're supposed every day we need to, you know, you're right. You know, like I'm not perfect by far. I've done a lot of things, but it's like stealing from somebody to me just feels like so much worse because it's not just you that you're hurting, it's other people. And I mean, I don't know, I guess in a God sense it's not any worse than all the terrible things I've done in my life, but just to me, I thought if everyone just was stand-up citizens and treated public money the correct way, I probably wouldn't have much of a job.
Yeah, no, you are covering a lot of the crime beat. And, you know, I guess your instinct, by the way, I think is correct, that there are certain crimes and also sins that are just instinctually, like the law written on our hearts, where, murder or is worse than maybe saying stealing a bunch of money, but then stealing a bunch of money is probably worse than eating too many donuts. I think that's just a common sense kind of a natural thing built in. And it is amazing. Like, have you seen some of these interviews with like the worst of the worst? I think I saw one pop up on my feed where it was a serial killer who'd killed more people than the authorities had even figured out. It was over 30, 40 people. And he had no remorse at all. Like, genuinely, no remorse.
I'm like the true crime queen. I love watching all of those documentaries. I was actually watching one this morning called The Crash on Netflix, but I've already watched so much stuff about this particular crime that I feel like I've already seen the documentary. But yeah, people who are like prolific murderers, that type of thing, they have zero conscience. And that is, they're probably a sociopath for sure. Psychopath, And so, like, looking at people talking about the crimes, like they're talking about how they went to McDonald's drive-thru yesterday.
Right.
Like, wild. I mean, wow.
Yeah.
I get anxiety thinking about stuff I did when I was in high school, like bad things, like things I remember. Like, oh my gosh, I remember that time me and my cousin snuck out, or, stuff like I still feel bad about that. But yeah, these people can just talk about cutting up folks and doing whatever, it's wild.
Evil's very real, and especially when, like, the one I saw recently, the guy's like, no, I didn't feel any remorse. In fact, I what I felt was like I was God. Like, I felt exhilarated. It was like, oh man, okay, something got a hold of you, and I don't know what the world that is, but it's real, and I think it's throughout a lot of society. As much as we try to pathologize something, like put a medical diagnosis on it or psychological, at least, diagnosis on it, I think evil's real, and it sometimes manifests itself in pretty crazy ways.
Yeah, I've always said I feel like sometimes when you do see a psychopath, like that's an actual demonic spirit in that person. And I fully believe in demons. And I think that's true, that they can get in us and control our minds and our hearts. And it does feel like there's a lot more of that going on lately. You could just be talking to a demon you don't even know.
Oh, yeah, I think there's a lot of that going on compared to, let's just say there are a lot of exorcists who have a lot of work of late. And I'm not even joking. Like, they're, at least from the church's standpoint, they're trying to up the number of people that are trained in that way. And I think you look at the news, and I've noticed this, like when we cover, say, the Los Angeles mayor's race, like some of the problems there are not just mismanagement or just simple, like, greed, like we were talking about earlier. There's something, it's so systematic, like the amount of, like, rotten depravity out there. You're like, who is running this place? I think we've let ourselves go in a lot of ways, but hopefully, we still got folks that do wrong things in Alabama. Hopefully Alabama's still largely staying strong, but our corruption's more that horse trading over at the legislature, as well as the small town stuff you always cover. Now, I real quick want to shift gears to the story out of Gulf Shores of the fire rescue department there, and the fire chief, and what he's saying about, well, folks just need to be safe. I mean, it's getting that time of year. Everybody will maybe do even a weekend trip down to the coast, and he's just wanting folks to be aware of how to stay safe.
Yeah, I spoke with his name's Mark Seeley. He's the fire chief at Gulf Shores, and what he had to say was eye-opening for me. He said every year, throughout the year, the Gulf Shores Fire and Rescue, which has a new beach rescue operation, they respond to 300 to 400 water rescues a year. That's crazy, because do you know that this is actually a small town? The name on their motto is small town, big beach. Well, they only have a population of 16,000 people in Gulf Shores. 16,000 people. So with that, in the summer you get 150,000.
Wow.
So they go from small town to 150,000 people on any given day, like coming to visit, coming to the beaches down here. But they still only have the funding of a small town. They still only have the staff of a small town. Mark Seeley used to be the fire chief over in Mobile. Well, when he retired from there, he came to Gulf Shores, and he said he was shocked. You know, he had a fraction of the staff of the firefighters. He didn't hardly have anybody on the beach, really, that was full-time. So what he's done is he's gone in and he's created this beach rescue unit, and they actually have a chief themselves and 5 lieutenants. Plus, they have 12 full-time lifeguards who man the 12 towers in Gulf Shores all day, every day. They don't even want anybody off of that tower. They always want somebody on that tower. So this has been a long process that he's had to bring in. He's starting to get some of the firefighters also certified as lifeguards so that way they have even more people. But to have 300 to 400 rescues, this is what's really crazy. I went down there to do this story, and I was there less than an hour, maybe an hour. I was there an hour, and I was on the beach with him. They were doing a rescue. It happens that often that I was just there to do the story, and they had a call out. So, I mean, he's saying, you know, we really need more resources, but while he wants more money, more resources, more people, he said the real thing that they need is more education for people who are coming down here to the beach. He wants people to know about, you know, he wants them to know water safety tips, the dangers of rip current, what the flags mean, that sort of thing. So he's been looking at really interesting ideas in ways that may be kind of similar to the shark alert.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a great idea. But instead of like a shark alert, a double red flag alert, you know, when the waters are closed, you send out a geofence alert. So you're getting people who are in the area, and you tell them, water's closed, double red flags, do not get in. This is why. And then, like, link the tip. He said he came up with this idea and presented it, and he kind of got pushback because he said that people are saying that people with a phone would get numb to the alert.
Yeah,
and I get.
And I think you'd also get the opposite effect of you get like the double flag club. It's like, all right, boys, let's go have a risky, fun time.
Maybe, yeah, because a lot of times we have the surf people down here when we have that, but I think that risk is worth, you know, the cost. Because I mean, people are dying. You know, people have drowned, and really, I don't think the numbing thing would be an issue because. Maybe it will be for people who live here, but I'm not who needs to be educated. I already know. I've been educated. Okay, it's not me that needs to be knowing about what this means. It's the people that are coming from Chicago or Nashville or Indiana or wherever they're coming from. You know, we have people come from all over. They've never seen these alerts. They have no clue what the flags mean. They don't even know what a rip current is. So if they get caught in one, they don't know what to do. But if we have that warning and we send it out based on geofencing, they will actually get that on their phone. And so I feel like it would be a great idea.
And just to double down on the riptide, I'm getting a text from somebody who reminded me of a very tragic story. It was July 3rd, 2014. This gentleman's brother, a lieutenant with MPD, was rescued by Orange Beach lifeguards after he got caught in a riptide. Said his daughter was with him, and as his brother threw her to a nearby person, he was 90 feet away the next second. He ended up drowning at Gulf Shore State Park. And so just reiterating, the riptides in particular, they are real. It's not just one of these things people talk about, and you never know. And if you're not aware what it is and how to even behave yourself once you get caught in something like that, it's deadly.
It really is, and that is such a tragic story. I mean, that's so sweet that he saved his daughter. Oh, just heartbreaking. And something similar happened a couple of summers ago down here at Fort Morgan with I think it was a Baldwin County deputy, who was killed saving somebody, and it was saving somebody that was from out of town. But we do have, the Baldwin County EMA does have a text that you can send. If you send AL Beaches to 888-777, that's AL Beaches to 888-777, you will get daily beach conditions sent to you if you're coming down here anytime this summer. You can also go to that Baldwin County EMA website and find all this information. But, I mean, it's a big deal to warn people who are not used to being in the water, who have no clue about all this stuff. And I feel like a geofence in the water, if we can send an alert about somebody miles away getting attacked by a shark, which is unlikely, very unlikely to happen, then why can't we send an alert when there's double red flags and people are actually likely to die because the water is so dangerous?
Well, it's good. I mean, I'm glad you wrote up the story and went out and met with the chief and learned about this a little bit and brought it to people's attention at 1819, because it's, people don't want to think that, anything bad could happen. It's a nice beach trip, and, I've been to the beach a bunch of times. Nothing bad's ever happened. But it can. And it's just good to remind everybody who's about to go try to have some fun this summer to be diligent and aware.
And it doesn't have to be a stormy day or a nasty day. Like, it can be beautiful outside, and you can have those rip currents. So, I mean, it's like a storm under the water, that you don't even know about. But there are ways to identify those rip currents. So go to 1819news.com. You can find my story, and I have a link to online tips, and I have that text information at the end of the story.
Well, and if folks want to check out your work, they can always go to 1819news.com. And also, if they want to get in touch with you, how can they do so?
You can email me at news.com.
Say that again, you broke up.
You can 19news.com or email all of us, and that's news at 1819news.com.
Very cool. Well, I appreciate the time, Erica, and if we don't talk again before, I guess we'll talk next week.
Yeah, thank you so much, Joey. God bless.
God bless. And Erica Thomas there with 1819news.com. Got to hit this break first. This part of the program brought to you by James Cole and Cole Plumbing, and they're Cole Plumbing. Maybe you've got a problem, like your garbage disposal doesn't work anymore. Or maybe you have a really big problem, like you smell gas. Like, get out of the house, man. Get it fixed. Gas line leak, they can fix something like that. Or a major water leak where it's really ruining the inside of the house. It's like you got a huge pond out back, burst pipe outside. Cole Plumbing understands time is of the essence, and they can fix you up. Could be that water heater's kaput. Well, they can, of course, fix those up or replace them, and perhaps you go with a tankless water heater system. Or it could be just simple, like drains clogged, I don't know how to fix this, or I want to upgrade in the kitchen or the bathroom. They can help you across the board. Again, they're at Cole Plumbing with any and all of your plumbing needs. So you can always make an appointment online at coleplumbing.com, but I say save their number, 334-279-8919. That's 334-279-8919. And just remember, folks, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole, and be sure to tell James Cole that Joey, that fellow on the radio, sent you.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
2026 marks 60 years that hope has had a home in Alabama. At the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches, children who've lost everything through no fault of their own have found something priceless. A safe place to live, a loving Christian family, and the chance to simply be kids again. Here, boys and girls grow up surrounded by care, guidance, and faith, learning right from wrong, learning responsibility, learning they are valued and that their lives have purpose. As the Alabama sheriffs have believed for 6 decades, it's easier to build boys and girls than to repair men and women. These former ranchers are now teachers, parents, business owners, and leaders, living proof that love, structure, and faith can change a life forever. As the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches celebrate 60 years of serving Alabama's children, you can help ensure the next child has the same chance. Learn how you can make a difference at alabamasheriffsyouthranches.org. 60 years of building lives, and we're just getting started.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. 5 reasons to get a home inspection before you close on a home. Homeowners buying their first home or their 10th home still need a home inspection performed. First, you will find out firsthand the true condition of the home, the age and state of the heating and air, the roof, electrical, and plumbing as of the date of inspection. Second, it may give you the ability to renegotiate repairs that the seller will end up paying for before closing. Third, if the results show that the repairs would be too costly, then you can opt out of the contract without losing your earnest money. Fourth, the age and state of the systems will indicate what shape the rest of the house might be in and give you the option to opt out of the transaction or renegotiate terms. Fifth, knowing what needs to be done to the house will allow you the opportunity to update the home properly to your taste. For a list of the best home inspectors in the area, call Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group at 334-221-2883 or 551-0225. The Goodson Group.
Hey, y'all, Lewis at the Capitol Oyster Bar, located over here on that beautiful Alabama River. Let's talk about some fun times on the river. We got a new thing going on down here. We got a little challenge for you because I know everybody back in January wanted to lose weight and wanted to get in shape and went down there to the gym, and now you hadn't been back in a while. You can come down here, and we got a little thing for you. We got a little weed eater challenge. All you got to do is come down here and have a good workout. We got plenty of room for you. You can get down here and work on the side of these hills. It's exciting. There's all kind of stretching. You don't go stretch muscles like that at the gym, I promise. You'll also work on your balance, your cardio, your heart's going to get to pumping, especially if you see a spider or a snake or something. That'll really get your cardio going. So I think you'll find it a good time and a good workout. And don't forget, back to the live music, Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock. Miss E.G. Kite's in town, this Georgia Songbird. Check it all out, CapitolOysterBar.com. Go to our Facebook page, see what's going on. Get down here and get you a good workout, and 4 o'clock showtime Sunday. Boom, shakalaka.
This is your roving reporter, and today I'm talking with a political activist.
That's right, man.
And could you please explain to us your red cap with the letters MMRGA?
Yeah, man, this is my MARGA hat.
MARGA?
Yeah, man, that stands for Make My Retirement Great Again.
I see.
And to do that, what you need to do is call David Ernest,
the asset preservationist.
That's right, man. You can call David at 833-596-7233. That's 833-596-SAFE.
And I understand that's a toll-free number.
Yeah, man. Get David Ernest on the case, and your retirement will be great again.
And you make these hats?
I do. Here's a whole pile left from the last administration.
And they say CPWABD.
Yeah, man. Corn Pop was a bad dude.
And as you said, there's a whole pile here.
Well, there wasn't much demand.
I can dig it.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Australia is suing U.S.-based 3M for over $1.4 billion, citing contamination from so-called forever chemicals in firefighting foam at 28 defense bases. These forever chemicals do not break down naturally. The suit's been filed in Australia federal court. The latest hostilities in the Mideast are driving stocks lower and oil prices higher. Caesars Entertainment is being acquired for almost $6 billion by the company that owns Las Vegas's Golden Nugget and chains like Rainforest Cafe and Morton's. Caesars became an iconic name after opening Caesars Palace on the Vegas Strip in 1966. The proportion of Americans without health insurance held steady at around 8% of the population in 2025. That according to new findings released by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Clark Heating, Air and Plumbing. It's time to schedule your spring tune-up with Clark Heating, Air and Plumbing. Don't wait. Schedule today. Give them a call at 334-277-2125. Alabama certification number 88007.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Our elevated rain chances continue not only today, but for the next few days, really. Cloudy with a high around 84 today. Periods of showers and thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon and evening hours with locally heavy downpours. Low tonight, upper 60s to around 70. Then not much day-to-day change tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The higher than normal rain chances are locked in for here and the Gulf Coast beaches, with daily highs mid-80s, lows at night, upper 60s to around 70. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Trustworthy, accurate, immediate. Carrying your voice across the river region. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Oh, if only y'all could hear the off-air conversations.
Dude, they would buy the subscription at that point.
Oh, look, Eddie Bader's here.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm all right.
Needing a haircut.
Slightly humbled for reasons I was just
I
explaining.
get that. I get that. Hey, I got some big news.
You have big news?
Huge news. In fact, it was so huge, I thought it was fake. So I
Stop bragging about your news.
Double-checked it with Jay Quellen.
Oh, okay.
Wetumpka. Fixing to get a Chick-fil-A.
I saw that.
That's huge news, man. That's huge news.
How was that huge news? Just Chick-fil-A.
Okay, Montgomery, twice a week, get your garbage taken out. Us out in the country, we're a little bit spoiled. We don't have a Chick-fil-A.
Spoiled.
We're a little bit spoiled with good chicken like Kim's Chicken and places like that.
Sure.
But Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A chicken's good,
That's
man.
the Lord's chicken.
Oh, by the way, I did I send it to you? The British kids trying
Yes.
biscuits and gravy for the. You send that to Big Back?
Yeah. Of course, she's like, duh.
Yeah, no, but it's great. And I love those videos where it's like these British kids and they're given American food and they're like, what the heck is it? And then they try it and they're like, okay.
But see, I've been on the other end of that where we, like in Korea, they would put stuff on our plate, which was delicious to them. It's awful, Joey.
Now, the one thing I've noticed, the British kids think American chocolate tastes like dog crap.
You know why?
Because it does compared to their
yep.
chocolate.
It's
Their
not
chocolate's
that
pretty
creamy
epic.
milk chocolate.
Yeah.
Yep. Plus,
Yeah, I
chocolate is changing. The taste of chocolate you taste today will not be the taste of chocolate 10 years from now.
It is.
It is. I'm telling you, man.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of those things that only lasts so long. We can get into the whole Iran thing and the Democrats going crazy.
Okay, this is how I'm judging the Iran thing lately. And I know it's just redneck Eddie. I just drive by and look at the gas pumps. Whatever the prices are, that's how I can tell how the Iran war is going.
Yep.
Today, gas prices are down about 7 cents, so I'm guessing something's going pretty good.
Yeah, they apparently have some deal in the works, but Trump hadn't signed off on it yet.
Well,
and a lot of people are like, this deal's terrible. And it's like, I don't believe anything in the news.
Right.
Like all the different stuff that's going on. I'm like, why is, especially people in the news business, why always act like it's true?
Well, why they
always act
it's
like the stuff you
most
say is true?
critical information you must know right now.
Yeah, it's just, and I think it's just a tick.
Yeah.
Like, it's like they have to believe it because we're in the news and we've corroborated.
You believe in your own hype, though. That's not good.
Yeah. I got your corroboration right
yeah,
here.
that's what I'm saying, bro.
Now, let's do something funny. This
All
is
right.
actually, I think it's a clean clip. It's Bill Maher's podcast.
Oh,
And he
yeah.
had on Billy Bush. Billy Bush, of
Really?
course, is the guy who was on the You Grab Him by the...
Yeah, I haven't seen Billy
that
in a few years.
Yeah, and Billy's making a comeback.
Good.
And, of course, Bill Maher had that dinner with Trump, and he printed out a whole list of insults Trump had called him over the years.
Oh, yeah, I remember
And
this.
showed it, and Trump immediately had it in his pocket and showed it to him. Trump immediately grabbed it and signed it for
right?
him. Yeah. And so, watch this. Billy Bush proceeds to, read it.
Grab that off the wall. That's his signature. I brought that into the Oval Office.
Oh, wow.
It's It's every insult he's ever had said to me up until that point.
These are all the words he's called you?
All the
Stupid,
words.
angry. Which do you agree with?
Okay,
Dopey, dummy.
go ahead, read them.
And by the way, this is perfect because he's got that New Yorker accent just like Trump. So
Terrible student.
3 lines.
Not considered smart. No mojo. I think you got mojo.
Keep going.
Nervous.
Yeah.
Low-life dummy. So-called comedian. Not a smart guy. Better than Sominex, whatever that is. Fired like a dog. Dumbass. Not an intellectual. Terrible show. Moron. Stupid guy. Bad ratings. Failing comedian. A rather dumb guy. Crazy Bill. Pathetic, bloated, gone. Bill Maher suffers from the same affliction as CNN. Very bad ratings. Dumb as a rock. Sick, insane, wacko, very sad, crazy maniac. Third-rate comedian, still a very dumb guy. Wacky guy. Totally shot. Looks like terrible, exhausted, gaunt, and weak. He's a jerk, a loser, a sleazebag, really a dumb guy. Stone-cold, crazy guy. Wacky little Bill Maher. Drum beat. Oh, my God, the dumbest man on television. Boring. Shell of a man. Big fail on CNN. Net worth, the watch, okay? Low ratings, highly overrated, increasingly boring comedian. A befuddled mess, sloppy and tired. His show is dead. That's all of them.
It's just the idea
so
that a man,
so great.
a man could, without trying, obviously, this is over many years, come up with that many different. I didn't make this up. These are real.
It's romantic.
It's almost romantic.
It's almost romantic.
And then he signed it. It's my prized possession.
It's beautiful.
I mean, that he would just right away, once he did that, I knew this is going to be a fun night.
I wonder what he was looking for, though, when he did present it to him.
Oh,
Was he
just to
looking
show
for a
him.
back and forth, or
no, I think he was looking for like, what is this relationship we have? And I think Trump immediately was like,
hey, lover.
Yeah. Man, dude. Like, and apparently there's been more since he's been going
sure.
again. He wants to add to the list, but that cracked me up. Especially Billy Bush's performance there was fantastic.
Why did we get to cancel Billy Bush? I mean, was it?
Well, because he laughed at the grab him by the.
You did too. We didn't cancel you.
Well, it was. I mean, locker room talk. It was locker room talk.
He took one for the team.
You remember how he came back against when Hillary
Yeah.
brought that up at the debate? Do you remember what he did at the debate?
Not exactly, no.
He goes, it was locker room talk. That's what it was. It's not pretty. It was locker room talk. And by the way, her husband, Bill Clinton, he did much worse. He actually raped women. And some of these women are here today, literally in the front row of the debate.
I do remember that. He brought those.
Yeah.
Yes, I do remember that.
Dude. Yeah. Like Juanita Broderick. So don't tell me about locker room talk.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to negotiate with him.
No, I wouldn't either.
He's unfair.
And apparently the Iranians are trying to negotiate with him, but
all I can do is look at the gas pumps, Joey. It looks like today the negotiations might be going a little positive.
I think what's going to
our way.
happen is as the moderates are negotiating and the hardliners keep saying, oh, this is a red line and we're never going to budge on this, is what I suspect's going on here is the moderates are going to keep negotiating and then Mossad and the U.S. military are going to kill the new Ayatollah and the hardliners.
Exactly what's going to happen.
Seems to be the way it's going.
Yep.
Anyway, we'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Hey there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage. Our partnership with Blue Water Broadcasting has reached thousands of listeners in the river region. People listen, people call. Now there's mortgage savings for us all.
Did you know that radio is the #1 reach platform in all of media? It's true. Call us to find out how to put radio's #1 reach to work for your business. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
Don't you love the feeling of coming home to a clean house? Let Southern Bell's cleaning service get your home in order. Families in the River region trust Southern Bell's because they know Callan and Jesse will show up on time and believe in cleaning the old-fashioned way. They bring all their own supplies and specialize in full-service, residential, commercial, vacant properties, and construction cleanup. Estimates are always free. Call Southern Bells today at 546-0715 or follow them on Facebook at Southern Bells Cleaning River Region.
All the headlines the mainstream media won't touch. Your News Talk station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. So this part of the program,
they're pushing it everywhere, Joey.
what are you looking at? Oh, the Ozempic or the
Peptides,
row
things.
Yeah, oh, they're all over the place. I mean, I'm taking peptide.
I mean, Charles Barkley's putting it out there.
Yeah. Those big women to San Antonio. Actually, we have a story how Ozempic is perhaps rewiring the brain of some people. We can get to that
In a bad way of like slow down, fat boy, or
just changing things.
Oh, okay.
But first, this part of the program brought to you by Pest Pro Services. You know about them, right?
Yes, I do. In fact, I got another message from them today. They were heading to the Airbnb to take care of mosquito control.
Mosquito control.
Yep. I really like that because I don't like having people, and I haven't had it not one time. Has anyone ever said, hey, the mosquitoes up here are awful? I had an ant issue one time. They came and knocked it right back out.
Right.
I'm telling you, I've not had these problems.
Well, and that place is like right on the lake.
It's on the lake, 50 feet off the water.
It should be mosquito heaven.
Yes, in fact, you can hear the neighbors slapping each other as they're saying it's mosquitoes, but, whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's incredible. Like, it's one thing you say, well, I treated my little garden home backyard. But, no, this is a big property on the lake, and you don't have any issues with
Don't
guests.
have them at all. Don't have them at all.
Folks, if you are tired of the mosquitoes, which you should be, they're nasty, terrible, evil creatures.
And they spread disease.
Yes. Yes. On top of all those other things, they also spread disease.
Chicken gunna.
So if you want to get rid of those mosquitoes, just get in touch with Pest Pro Services. You might as well have them do all your pest control services. You can always learn more at ppsriverregion.com or just search Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces or call them up, 265-9990. That's 265-9990. And be sure to tell them that Joey and Eddie, those fools on the radio, sent you. Not a smart guy. He's shot. That's, I think, the one that got me the most. He's bloated, and he's
bloated.
shot.
Well, then later on, he's gaunt.
Oh, goodness gracious. 272-9228. Now, there's a C-SPAN caller, which I think this call speaks for a lot of folks in our audience.
Okay.
Now, not everybody. There are some folks, working down at the shop.
Mm-hmm.
There's some folks driving around and, don't like Trump that much. Maybe they do
there's a
vote
few
for
of
Trump. Maybe this doesn't speak for you. But I think this speaks for a lot of folks who back Trump, who continue to back Trump. You're like, well, why do you like Trump so much? Well, sometimes it comes down to simple, the reality of who the person is and what they've done after what they've promised on the campaign trail. Let's listen in.
I just wanted to let you know I've been a Republican all of my life.
This is a call from Texas.
And before Donald Trump came along, I was mostly disappointed in every single politician I've ever seen or heard from, with the exception of Reagan. I'm in my late 60s and retired, and Biden's 4 years was the worst I've ever seen this country in. And Donald Trump is the first politician I have ever seen that actually did what he promised to do. He may be fought at every turn by the media, by the Democrats, but at least he's out there fighting for the American people. which is all I've ever wanted. The things that he's trying to do for us, I think, are great. And I'm hoping that he continues to do what he's doing and that the Republican Party continues to go forward with the type of politicians that we really need, that are going to work towards what needs to be done.
Like I said, speaks for, I think, a lot of people in this audience.
Definitely.
And then the Democrats, man, I mean, I kind of like it. We're in post-persuasion America. Like, go watch the Kevin Hart roast, and everybody's still, like, hurt and have bad feelings
Not
and
hurt,
stuff.
But it reminds me of how much I cannot stand Chelsea Handler.
Oh, yeah.
And I love the fact that after the roast, everyone, and she's trying to go back after him, but everyone is just dogging her out for what she is.
Tony Hinchcliffe destroyed her on the stage.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And so did Gillis. But, but we're in this era of, like, the pretense is dropped, and I think even if you don't dislike somebody that much, you're just, like, think of what Trump did with Bill Maher. It's almost romantic. Like, it is this weird, like, passion, almost we're too passionate about how different we are from one another, especially in politics. So even if you want to like the person, you're like, I can't anymore. There's fire with fire.
Sure.
Like, ah. So the Democrats were trying to do a makeover of James Tallarico, that little demon.
Tallarico, yeah.
And did you see the photo shoots they did?
Yeah.
Where him eating a big old, like, rib, and I'm like, that's a little gay. And
I think he was trying to appeal to
and
a
there's
certain
one
audience.
with he did a stance where he's in front of a Texas flag, and it's kind of a lush, like, color palette to it. It is like a beautifully shot thing, but he's got a suit on with a button up, no tie, and the shot is he's got one leg forward and his hands are kind of on the top of his hips behind him, like me just sitting like this right now.
What's that thing you always like to say? Hands on my hips. Little song.
Throw out your hands, stick out your tush.
That's all I could think when I saw that.
Come on, you. No, I can't say that one. I'm not there yet. But no, it's like, and it's not a very, it's not doing what they hoped, I think.
No, I think it's backfiring.
So Stephen Miller said the Democrats made history in Texas by nominating their first transgender Senate candidate. The Democrats, literally the Democrats, at the Democrats on X said, shut up, you ugly F.
Yup.
But they didn't say F.
They said the rest of that.
Mm-hmm. Something that rhymes with suck.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up, you ugly
But I thought
suck.
they were the party of acceptance and forgiveness, understanding.
Well, and now the right's all seizing on that. But I'm like, oh, come on, you guys.
No, I just love it when they get to.
She's bleeding from her eyes, bleeding from her ears, bleeding from her wherever. Like, come on. So, yeah, I don't know. I wish it was more like roasters and comedy. Like, okay, we're going to do this. Let's just do this. Like, I'm not that shocked by that response. I don't think it's that crazy.
Oh, I love the response. That means you got somebody. Now, guys, probably somebody that's not have a job no more, but you got somebody.
Well, and in particular, Stephen Miller. Oh, yeah. If I was not somewhat adjacent to that guy politically, I'd be like, oh, man, you. Because
he's good at it,
driven.
isn't he?
He's got ambition. He's had vision for days, for years.
Yeah.
And he's smart. He's wicked smart. Like, it's weird knowing I used to email with the guy to set up Senator Sessions. And it's like, oh, wow. Like, you see somebody that you don't even think of. You're like, oh,
Right.
he works for some
Background guy.
And then all of a sudden, boom.
There's a reason that he works for that guy.
Yeah. You start to realize, oh, okay.
Hire your weakness, Joey.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, we got to hit this break. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
This is an SRN News special report. I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. U.S. and Iranian negotiators say they've reached a tentative agreement to extend the ceasefire in the 3-month-old war by 60 days and launch talks about Iran's nuclear program. One U.S. official familiar with the matter did not immediately confirm the deal, noting that President Trump still has to sign off on it. The emerging memo of understanding came as the fragile ceasefire in the war between the U.S. and Iran appeared to be wavering, especially after Iranian airstrikes on targets inside Kuwait. The latest flare-up in fighting happened less than a day earlier. The official who described the tentative agreement was not authorized to comment publicly, and all those involved stressing that it is not actually in place until President Trump signs off on it. The official said there are still questions about whether President Trump will accept the proposal. Details of the tentative pact were first reported by the news outlet Axios. This has been an SRN News special report.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10, $20, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-573-4400. That's 800-573-4400. Again, that's 800-573-4400.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. From little fender benders to total body repair, MPB will fix it good as new, maybe better. For 4 decades, the Turner family has been getting you back on the road. Call 279-7325.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Our elevated rain chances continue not only today, but for the next few days, really. Cloudy with a high around 84 today. Periods of showers and thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon and evening hours with locally heavy downpours. Low tonight, upper 60s to around 70. Then not much day-to-day change tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The higher than normal rain chances are locked in for here and the Gulf Coast beaches, with daily highs mid-80s, lows at night, upper 60s to around 70. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Big for your home on a tight budget. ASE's $26.26 as you covered. Unlock your home's equity with just $26 in closing costs. No fees, no headaches. Visit your local ASE branch today. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 420259.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, these are today's top stories. 3 Autauga County educators were arrested Wednesday following a child abuse investigation. A teacher and 2 teacher aides at Billingsley School are each charged with child abuse torture. The alleged child abuse happened to students in a special needs classroom. The sheriff's office stated hours of video evidence documented the abuse. The state of Alabama filed for an emergency stay with the United States Supreme Court on Wednesday. The filing challenges a preliminary injunction that blocks the state from using its 2023 congressional redistricting plan in the upcoming elections. The injunction states Alabama must use the court-drawn congressional district map instead. The city of Montgomery held a grand reopening Wednesday for the Regency Park Community Center. The center has undergone a series of major renovations, including a fully updated gymnasium, computer lab, and enhanced security systems. Mayor Stephen Reed and city council members were on hand for the ribbon-cutting ceremony. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Tired of spending your weekends fighting weeds, patchy grass, and a mower that never starts? Mosley Lawn Pros is the solution. They handle residential and commercial lawn maintenance, landscaping, cleanups, and property care, so you don't have to. They show up on time, do the job right, and leave your lawn looking sharp every time. Stop stressing over your yard and start loving it. When it comes to your lawn, call the crew your neighbors and local businesses trust. One call, one crew, problem solved. Mosley Lawn Pros, built on hard work, driven by quality. Find them today on Facebook or Google.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. With PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 special. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. It's Scott Bowers, and PBS Painting. 294-5122. That's PBS Painting. 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. For Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Oh, what's that queen talking about? Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent.
You know, I'd love to have Jack Campbell's opinion on Scott.
Oh man,
wouldn't he be just a hoot with that?
They would be. They cut from the same cloth.
Yes,
man.
Yes, and they cut very deep when they talk.
I'll just be blunt. Out and proud Southern Republicans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
It's a different breed than of the newer
Although
generation too.
he punched somebody, I would always think of him as more of a slapper. But
oh no,
reports are
you
he's
need
a puncher.
Yeah, I know there's something to be able to throw down.
No, I get
when
it.
You need to. But he is Treasury Secretary Bessent's given an update on the Trump accounts, and I guess they just unrolled a new, rolled out a new website and ways for people to sign up, and maybe a new app. I think. Yeah, it's a new app because they're showing an iPhone.
Oh, okay.
So that makes it easy enough to sign up and get some money for your kids.
I think it's a great idea.
I wonder how many folks will take them up on that.
I think it's a great idea. I just hate it's taking this long to come around, but I'm glad we're there. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer.
It is a no-brainer. Now, speaking of no-brainer, you asked me about Joe Biden and Joe Biden. And that awful, and again, the Democrats are still acting like the debate was the moment everybody knew. And it's like, no, that's the moment y'all decided to pull the trigger. Yep. You knew for a long time.
Yep.
You knew for a very long time indeed. And that's when you stopped pretending.
Yep.
And you destroyed him. And you put in Mama.
Didn't want to go your way, so you just hung him out to dry.
And yeah, the debate was awful. But it was like, we've seen that over and over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. But this is a clip that just came out of Jill Biden on some morning talk show about that moment when Joe just starts crapping the bed on the debate stage.
Mm-hmm.
And listen to this.
What happened? I don't know what happened. I mean, as I watched it, I thought, oh my God, he's having a stroke. And it scared me to death.
And then right after, this is post-debate.
Right.
Oh my God, he's having a stroke. So this is literally right after the same evening.
You did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the facts.
Okay.
And let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do? Why?
What did Trump do? He lied. As you're sitting there propping up the husband that you worried just had a stroke on national TV.
So if you were really that worried about him, I mean, honestly, if you're worried your husband was having a stroke, that's how you react. I would hope there'd be more, hey, let's get him out
maybe
of
that's
here.
for the cameras, that's for the crowd, that's for let's keep up appearances, but it doesn't help.
If your dude's having a stroke, the next appearance is going to be in the coffin.
Yeah. But it's also like, I didn't watch stuff from that era, from that many years back in a second. And it's, what a time.
It was so sad, and I'm not a Biden fan by no means, but when she turns to him and she's doing that, you did so good. That look on his face is just absent. Dude, he's not there.
Yeah, let's see it again.
What happened? I don't know what happened. I mean, as I watched it, I thought, oh my God, he's having a stroke. And it scared me to death.
Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the facts. And let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do? Why?
Well, let's put that party back in charge again.
Maybe with a hantavirus.
Yeah. The Hanta? Or is it Hanta?
I have no idea. It's the newest, fakest thing going around.
You not worried about it?
Nah.
Well, you're not really a cruise guy, are you? As much as you like to go vacationing, you don't go on cruises.
Trap.
It's a trap.
I feel like I feel like you're trapped.
Yeah, because the last time I went on one, I was, I guess, right out of college, that Disney cruise.
Yeah, we went on one, I think, in high school or before high school. And, I mean, it was cool and all. I really enjoyed it. But then the more I thought about it, we are trapped.
Oh, yeah. Like, it's a big old floating city, and if something goes wrong.
Yeah, that's before reports ever got out about the poop cruise and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I've just got to, I'll get on the plane, take my chances. The aluminum tube of death.
Like, I don't know. It's hard to even, at this point, you look back on the Biden era and you go, what in the world were they
It's as confusing as COVID, man. It's like it, while we were
they
there.
kept the COVID thing going.
Well, while we were there, it seemed like it was never going to end. But now looking back, it's like a blur.
And then that weird short period of Kamala is the person.
Oof.
And you look at her now.
They still try to wheel her out once in a while.
Yeah, and it's not working. Like California, I'm sorry. You're not the future anymore. You really aren't. And I hate to say that because there's a lot of California that's a beautiful state.
Yeah, but they fell off, man. They fell off. They're no longer leading the nation no kind of way.
I don't know how many portals to hell has been opened up in Los Angeles in particular, but it's more than I can count.
Yep.
Like it's atrocious. And yet they act like they put on, in the same way she's trying to save face and put on a good face, even though she thought maybe my husband's like dying or losing his mind. But we got to keep up appearances.
Right.
We got to keep up appearances. We got to keep up appearances. Like,
I don't get that.
You know, maybe you should pull off the mask. And I don't want to encourage the Democrat Party. But I do actually hope and pray, just as a human being, they get somebody that shatters that party the same way Trump shattered the old GOP.
I'm with you on that, dude. It's a Democrat Party, but they're still Americans. And there's still got to be compromise. I can't have one party being, okay, we can do what we want because the other party is so stupid, no one's going to vote for them anyway. Mm-hmm. That's not why we have a two-party system. You need to have a balance and a counterbalance. But what the Democrats are selling, I'm not even close to buying, man.
But you see what trends online, what gets clicks, and it's folks saying you're effing evil. You're
okay,
effing
then I'm
this,
evil.
and like,
I'm so sick of being called that. All right.
All right.
But who are you to judge?
All right. And it's a shame. Like people don't. If you want to get that attention, it's not like you're allowed to breathe. That you have to. People are confusing actual like moral clarity with hatred of the other. Pretty much.
Yeah.
No, and that's a right-left thing. It's just an online thing in particular. Just dogging people out constantly. It's frustrating and disappointing to watch and all these other things. And, you know, what are you going to do? Hopefully people will change over time.
You hope so. Well, I will say they do. Honestly, you know, and I don't know if you were the same way when you were younger, but I definitely had more Democrat plans and things that I thought the government should be doing for me until I realized, hey, I'm paying for that. Joey's paying for that. I shouldn't have to pay for somebody's crap.
Well, and also there's a thing where everybody wants to go, but Trump did it first. I'm like, yeah, but the GOP is going to make the same mistake that they did for years. Like they tried to be the next Ronald Reagan.
Right.
Like I'll get the same haircut and look and that's why Mitt Romney will be the next president. It's like, guys, you're not going to be the next Reagan. No. There's only one Ronald Reagan.
Okay, then what are they going to shoot for now?
You're not going to be the next Trump.
Joey. Yes, we have to.
But you're not. You need to be your own person.
Which, that's very Trumpian.
Sure. No, but like, for instance, you can see how people have changed the tone a little bit.
Yeah.
But for instance, Marco Rubio, the way he goes about, like, say, dressing down the press, is not the exact same way Trump's going to do it.
Oh, no.
And it shouldn't be. But I think there are still going to be a lot of folks in Republican politics and Democrat politics who are essentially going to try this, be the next Trump in sort of style. Unless you have, because they don't want to admit it, the guy genuinely has a talent for that vitriol, for that invective is another word for it. And it's because he's got a talent of making it funny.
Yeah.
It's genuinely funny. It's why we played that clip earlier and Bill Maher's laughing his tail off as it's all these insults at him. Because, like, there's something consistent about the Trump personality and the Trump approach. And you can sit here and say, well, it's wrong or it's right or it's all this stuff. And like, well, it is what it is. And it's been very effective at
working,
running the nation
working,
for a
man.
while.
Yeah.
And Occupy, even when Biden was in there, like Trump still, for the most part, maybe there was a few month lull where DeSantis thought he was going to be something with his little boots.
Bill lives. Got busted where it lives.
But we'll see. I mean, and I look at the up and coming crowd. I don't want to underestimate people. Like, for instance, I think AOC has a heck of a following. And as much as folks want to be like, what is this? Like, that doesn't make any sense. I'm not impressed. Like, you got to think about how people view Trump. They're not impressed. No, that'll never happen. He can't be president, all this stuff. And then he became president. And so if you're looking at somebody left going, there's no way that bartender without a brain.
There's no way, Joey.
There's no way.
There's no way.
Like, yeah, there is.
Because
this is America.
Especially Biden made it. And I got to be honest, I don't know which one of them was dumber. He made it, and we all knew that, dude, that we had Pop up there.
Mm-hmm.
We all knew that.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, 272-9228. That's 334-272-9228. This part of the program brought to you by Josh and Leslie Ryder there at Dillon Rings.
I saw a beautiful ring on their Facebook page this morning.
Absolutely. So did I. What is this? Andalusite?
Is that what they call that?
I think so. It's beautiful. It's smoky.
Yeah, it's smoky. That's what I thought was kind of cool.
Absolutely beautiful. I think it's Andalusite.
Is it
and this is a custom ring with a hidden halo. It's handcrafted by Josh the jeweler there at Dillon Rings. He made this pendant that's hanging around my neck, and I freaking love it. But if you want something that's truly one of a kind, go check out. This is another example of what he can do. This is, Andalusite center stone that showcases incredible, what is that, pleochroism?
We're going to go with that.
Almost seems like it's multifaceted light and refraction, and it glimmers.
Lots of reflection in there.
Yeah, depending on the angle and light, it shifts beautifully between, rich green, earthy greens, golden yellows, and deep reddish brown tones. So I guess that means that depending on the angle of the light, it'll change. It's color changing. Very cool. That's why Andalusite is often called the poor man's Alexandrite. It delivers the magical color-changing effect without the ultra-rare price tag.
Oh, nice.
Very cool. So, and there's a hidden diamond halo that adds the perfect touch of sparkle, catching light from every direction. A true conversation starter. And again, you can come up with very creative stuff and just be straight up about your budget with them.
Yeah.
And of course, they do offer financing options if you really want to do whatever your heart desires. But be straight up about the budget, and he'll come up with a solution.
Excellent.
And be straight up with you. So get by there if you're looking for this custom design work by Josh the jeweler. The man's truly an artist. I saw it firsthand from working with him. Easy to work with, and you're not going to be worried about it once Josh is putting that together for you.
You think they could find me a mood ring from the mid-'70s?
Probably.
A turquoise one?
Probably.
I think I'm going to talk to them about that.
You want a mood ring?
Yeah.
For you?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll go with for me.
For you. Anyway, y'all check out Dillon Rings today, 119 Brown Springs Road here in Montgomery, just off of Atlanta Highway. And be sure to tell them that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you. We'll tell you more about them a little later in the show. Let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's us?
Papa B.
Hey, Papa B. How you doing?
Hi, guys. So, the way the folks have voted in the past just literally blow my mind. I remember when Clinton was running for his second term, and I was like, there's no way this guy's going to make it again. There was just so much dirt and everything coming out of it. And the American people voted him back in, Same thing with Barack Obama.
I was with you on that.
Wasn't surprised about the first time, but the second time.
Second time I was.
Really, yeah.
At the moment, I was disappointed because I believed the hype back then. But looking back, it was Mitt Romney, man.
Well, yeah, Mitt Romney. Well, Mitt Romney,
Can't argue with that.
all he had to do was,
not be Mitt Romney.
point out some inconvenient truths
Remember what they got him on? Like
with the dog?
Had the dog on the car.
Yeah.
He tussled somebody's hair and maybe called him like gay or something. Some guy in high school.
And he likes hot dogs.
And then at the debate, he's like, I had binders full of women. And they got him on that. It's like, yeah, he was promoting women, but he's being weird about it in the way he was promoting it. I'm like, which is such a classic female bitch right there.
Yep. 100%.
My goodness. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, in the moment, I agree with you. I'm like, how? How did Obama win again? And now I look back and go, yeah.
Well, like I said, both McCain and Romney had everything they needed on Obama to just crush him, but they would not use it.
Right?
They would not use it, and so you gotta be in it to win it.
Yeah.
Trump, he doesn't care. He's just gonna, get right down in the middle of the muck with them.
Yep.
A counterpunch. That's the reason I love the guy.
Yeah,
He's right.
we pointed out earlier, he's caught on tape literally talking about grabbing women by the vaginas if you're rich. And his response to that is, well, your husband raped women.
Yeah. And here they are.
Yeah. In the front row. Thank you for being here, Whitney.
The latest one that I love is the sombrero. It's perfect. It's beautiful. And, when you do stuff like that and call Hakeem Jeffries Dollar General Obama, it just is delicious because he hates it so much. And all the libtards, they freak out.
They go nuts.
They just don't know how to handle it. They don't know how to handle somebody else. And I've heard this talk around how we would like for the Republican Party to return to its roots.
Oh, sure.
How and I'm telling you, like, dude, the most ineffective bunch of hoodlums ever known to man was, the Republican Party. They were in on it. They're thick as thieves in there.
Yep.
Cornyn, the latest to go. I'm not going to miss him. Not in the least. And look at what's the Senate leader right now? What's the name of the skinny dude?
Oh, John Thune.
John Thune. John Thune is keeping the Senate in session so that Donald Trump cannot, post all of these jobs out, like in judgeships and stuff.
Presidential appointments, and recess appointments.
Right.
Yeah.
What party does this to its own president?
No
The
problem.
Democrat Party didn't do it.
Yeah.
Good night. These people, and they need to be brought up, really short. So anyway, I'm very, very pleased with Donald Trump's, presidency so far. I'm 100% agreeing with him over everything. No, nobody could ever do that, I don't think. But overall, he's the first president I've ever seen that's actually fought for the American people the way he has. I can't think of another one. Ronald Reagan did, but he could only be so effective.
And it was such a different time. You go watch the old Reagan stuff, and it's like, it's just a different country, man.
Yeah.
Well, Reagan had a problem. I've talked about this before, but Reagan had to have a united country. He had to make some concessions to the Democrats in order to defeat the Russians. The Russians were the big deal back then, right? You remember all that? Well, maybe you don't, Joey, but that was the big deal, the Rocky movies.
I've heard stories about it.
Yeah, that was the whole, John, we had to have a united front. And so Ronald Reagan had to do some things that Trump does not necessarily have to do. But I want to get back to, just real quick, the Iran war thing. I think you're right about what probably is going to happen. And, like they're sitting at the table right now trying to, make negotiations with a bunch of feckless people that you never can trust. And they're always shifting positions. And so all of a sudden, Mossad and Trump are going to get up from the table and go, take care of business with a bunch of the radical extremist generals and IRGC members, and then they're going to sit back at the table and say, okay, now you were saying what? You, oh, you really do want a deal now? Oh, okay. Yes, we can get a deal. I think that's the most probable outcome here.
Yeah, because the news is they have reached this 60-day extension of the ceasefire with an understanding of negotiating more widely on the nuclear program.
Yeah.
But then you see all these counter headlines from the Ayatollah and yada, yada, yada. So I actually think the negotiations are going well and going through, but the people that still are pretending to run the country hate it and still hold some of have some weapons and can be very annoying in the Strait of Hormuz. So I think it's going to be a little bit of both. It's going to be talking, and I think you'll see another assassination spree of a lot of these leaders, like happened before the 12-day war, during it, and at the beginning of this one.
Yep.
I think it's kind of unavoidable, really, because, these people the money supply has been cut off, okay? So if you got these generals or whatever, they're in charge of, a few missiles or drones or whatever, they're going to launch them, and they have been.
Yep.
And you're not going to, and there's not a structure like a command and control structure to stop them from doing it. So why are they doing it? Well, because they can. Just that crazy.
Yeah.
Plus, they're probably being paid through back channels. Look, don't stop this war. You cannot stop this war.
Right.
We've got to have this war going on, and you'll never catch the fingerprints of, the Democrats on it. But I just about guarantee you there's people in the background that are keeping it going or trying to.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Anyway. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for letting me chime in. Y'all have a good one.
Appreciate it, Bobby. Good call. We mentioned the Democrats going a little nuts and being lost in the wilderness.
Yeah.
There's a lot of the online right, if you want to even call them that, just online culture.
Yeah.
For instance, this just happened today. I believe today's the 28th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A place called Project Constitution confirmed Erica Kirk has a new boyfriend. She was spotted getting handsy with new Jewish boyfriend Blake Wynn, nephew of casino mogul Steve Wynn, at an exclusive Beverly Hills hotel. I have now confirmed through two separate sources that Erica Kirk has already moved on and fast. A trusted eyewitness who knows the Beverly Hills hotel scene personally saw Erica on Thursday evening, May 14th, at the ultra-exclusive invite-only bar 1912, getting very intimate with Blake Wynn. They were hugging, kissing, and the witness says he had his hand on her ass. She goes on to say Erica was also heavily intoxicated. This from the same woman who claims to be a devout trad Christian who doesn't drink. Yada, 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 yada. Got about 335,000 views on X.
Wow.
1,900 likes, few retweets. Erica responded to it.
Okay.
Every single word here is a lie. Charlie's love will last me a lifetime. The Lord is the only one who can ever fill that most painful void. On May 14th, I was home in Arizona celebrating my son's second birthday. Blake, who is about to be engaged to his longtime girlfriend, was a dear friend of mine, of my husband's, and I am grateful for his continued support, just like hundreds of others. Your deranged obsession with me and blatant disregard for any form of truth whatsoever is deeply disturbing, and I am praying you get the help you so clearly need. Brush off the Dorito dust and go touch grass.
I like the last line.
Well, and the guy's response is, well, surely then you would have a picture with metadata from that day or something that would show that, right? You can send it privately if you want. As I've said many times, I only care about the truth. If I am wrong, I will admit it and correct the record. So you get to climb the ladder of notoriety by just throwing out bull crap.
Yep.
And then it's the burden is on her.
Yeah, prove it.
To work with you to prove your crap wrong.
But isn't that the issue you have when you acknowledge this kind of BS? I mean, granted, I know with her, she's got to be tired of this crap and she's ready to fight back. But
yeah, but it's an instance of like, okay, and a lot of people are playing that game because they're getting a lot of attention out of it. I think it's the wrong type of attention.
It is, but clickbait, they don't care.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, there's craziness all around.
Yeah, there is.
And you wonder why I talk about God and prayer so much. And it's not because, oh, I'm so good. I think I have to say every day, forgive me, Christ Jesus, I am a sinner. Have mercy on me. Because I'm still the same old guy who's said all sorts of crazy crap over the years. I'm the same old guy who's had all sorts of terrible thoughts. The same guy did all the things that I've done that I remember. But I've learned through prayer and spending as much of the day I can through prayer that you can, well, quiet all that and trust in Him. And it gives a little perspective to, well, the insanity that we see online and in our politics. A little more perspective. And if we're going to apply this, by the way, to the state of Alabama, I don't care who's in charge. It will be Republicans. It will probably be Coach Tuberville and a few others. Ledbetter will be around. Some predicting Ledbetter will end up being governor himself one day, that he's actually that powerful as a broker with a lot of different players in the state.
Ain't that.
But I don't care who's in charge. It should be a question if you are a Christian. I'm not saying it has to be some socialist welfare program, but it should be a question of how you do in treating and helping the sick. How's the state of Alabama doing treating and helping those in prison?
Oof.
How's the state of Alabama doing with the hungry? Now, we do pretty good with the hungry.
I'm not hungry, so yeah.
Like, there's a lot of programs for
there is.
hunger.
Actually, there is.
We have the irony of the people are eating too much of bad stuff and thus are malnourished and yet obese, which is a whole thing. But I guess you could extend it away from hunger, like literal starvation level hunger, to health. How are we doing with our health in this state?
Well, we got
not on a sense of like your insurance and how many pills can we throw at you to treat your symptoms, but underlying metabolic health. How we doing?
We could be better. Yeah, fried food's kind of got us a little bit there.
But these should be standards, and it should be part of who we are. And I'm not saying, again, expanding Medicaid's the solution to a lot of this stuff. I'm saying that it does seem like this stuff goes on the back burner at times.
But it also seems like an easy fix for our politicians to do is throw our money at bad ideas. Say, well, we tried to fix it. We did. You just put some money over there. Bought some times, all you did.
Anyway.
That's disappointing. Hey, but I got some good news.
Yeah.
We go to the Whitewater Park?
Is it open again?
It's opening. That's Friday, May 29th.
Friday?
Yes, Joey. I was hoping you'd go, yeah, but we can't go. I was going to bait you into going, but let's see where you went with that. Anyway, you want to go? They're going to open back up.
No, I was more in the mood last month. And
not so much now?
No, it's just, it's like, you want what you want when you want it.
Yeah, I get it.
Sometimes the desire fades, and now I don't really want to go out on the water. No, I'll go hang out on Lake Jordan.
Okay.
With you, yeah. But you know me, I like to chill. Now, the jet ski sounds fun, but I
can't wait to have you on the jet ski blasting Ella Langley as we ride up and down the lake.
No,
you don't have any control over it. I control the radio.
I think Ella Langley's magnificent. Is the word.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but okay,
the absolute personification of perfection. But not to be, but I'm not an Ella fella.
Okay, you remember that movie, John Cusack? He's standing outside the house with the boom box. Oh gosh, I can't think of it.
Say anything.
Yeah, 80s rom-com. That could be you, but you're riding up and down the lake on the jet ski that's singing Ella Langley.
No, I'm more of a high fidelity guy.
That's what I'm trying to think of. See,
good movie.
Yeah, it is. Now you could be that character, but on the jet ski, and we're just playing Ella Langley songs as you're riding right in front of back and forth in front of her house.
Now that is creepy and weird.
How so is it creepy?
And like,
if it's a documentary, I don't think it'd be creepy.
No, that makes it even worse. They've got cameras now.
I'm sure she does too.
Right? Yeah. No.
Well, I'm spitballing, but I'm going to come up with something. You, the jet ski, and Ella Langley. It's going to happen.
I take it back. I don't want to hang out on Lake Jordan. I don't want to go to the Whitewater Park. I just want to stay home and pray.
You could do that on Lake Jordan.
Yeah.
I could give you reasons, even more reasons to pray.
Yeah. It's gracious. Anyway, this is part of the program. In fact, the entire hour brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage. And there at Alabama Home Mortgage, Kim Williams and Madeline Cannon are ready to help you out with buying a home.
Yes.
Especially if you're a first-time home buyer, but maybe you're not a first-timer. Maybe you've done it before, but you had bad experiences.
Want somebody with some good customer service this time.
Right. somebody that you can actually trust.
Yeah. Answer your calls, call you back.
Be straight up with you on like what things actually cost and
Yep.
what you can actually afford. Because
Yeah.
I'm sure other folks.
Oh, no, a lot of
take
folks
for
are
a
just
ride.
trying to get your name on a list and,
Mhm.
just start emailing the crap out of you. These folks want to get you in a home. Don't waste your time. They want to get you in a home today. And VA. We talk about VA all the time. New rules with VA. And I've got to check with Madeline. I was told that with the VA now, you can buy investment property. That's something totally new to me. I don't know for sure if it's true. So I'm going to have Madeline call me and let me know for sure. But if that's the case, that's a huge change in the VA policy.
So wherever you are in life, when life changes, your mortgage probably needs to change.
Oh, yeah.
And so again, that's buying or refinancing. So you could be needing a bigger home. You could need to downsize. You could be going through a divorce. You could be needing to get debt off your back or save up that retirement fund, but your burn rate's a little fast.
Mm-hmm.
Well, check them out today. Just call them. 567-4223.
That's right.
Again, that's 567-4223. Or you can always apply online. They'll get in touch with you very quickly after that at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies. Let Kim and Madeline prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Yes?
Yeah, I'm Bill. You called about some breaker stripping?
Oh, yes, Bill. My brother-in-law says you can do almost anything.
That's me. Not much I hadn't seen.
Do you really want someone who does almost anything in your electric box? Think about that. Because each year, thousands of home fires are caused by faulty wiring. That's why you want a professional, like the electricians at Crosby Electric.
Bill, how's it going? Bill, ooh, are you okay?
Oh, yeah, well, I didn't really need my eyebrows anyway.
At Crosby Electric, all technicians undergo rigorous safety training, as well as background checks, drug testing, and continuing education.
Bill, you think maybe I should call a real electrician?
No, these little slip-ups happen. Everybody does it.
Really?
No, not really. When you need professional electric work, or you just like someone to assess your home for safety, call the experts at Crosby Electric, 272-2085, or visit us at crosbyelectric.com.
This is your roving reporter. Today I'm talking with a man from outer space.
What's up, Earthling?
I see you've landed your spacecraft over there in that field.
That's right, man.
My question is, why have you landed here on our planet?
I came to see David Ernest.
The asset preservationist?
Yeah, man. I wanted to see if he would take a look at my portfolio for me.
Well, before you make the trip over there, call him on his toll-free number, 833-596-7233.
And I understand those last 4 digits spell out the word safe.
That is correct.
Funny thing happened the last time I came to Earth.
What was that?
I went to the Walmart, man.
Yes?
And I accidentally went in the back door.
How did that work out?
Well, they stopped me and very gently told me that I needed to go around front and come in.
And then what did you do?
I said, cool, man. Take me to your greeter.
You flew millions of miles just for that.
Hey, man, I don't ride them. I just read them.
We get this question all the time.
Do you handle that?
Buying or selling a home?
Yes.
Commercial?
Yes.
Land or investments?
Absolutely. Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. One team.
Every real estate move. 334-322-0662.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values. This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
I was in foot pain for 20 years, trying to give it relief, buying all these different insoles, drugstore insoles, custom insoles. I spent thousands of dollars. I bought all these products, and not a single one worked. I really, truly needed to have relief in my feet. And the Good Feet Arch supports were what gave me the relief I needed.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Teresa.
actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
They wanted to make sure that I got something that my feet felt good in, not somebody else's feet. I love the fact that I can wear these arch supports in all my shoes. I have boots, I have cowboy boots, I have running shoes, I have walking shoes, I have flat shoes, I have heels. It makes me so happy. If you ask my husband, he will crack up because there is no store I would rather go in than a shoe store. I'm Teresa, and that's my good feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
We're located at 7341 East Chase Parkway in the shops at East Chase. Now hiring.
Before you commit to that plumbing repair or upgrade, get a second opinion from Headley Plumbing. Our estimate could save you thousands. We do it all: residential, commercial, and septic tank service, serving the entire river region. No membership, no contract, just fair, reliable service. Call Headley Plumbing at 285-3667 or visit headleyplumbing.com. In our business, a flush beats a full house.
Headley Metal Buildings has been your source for quality metal buildings in the river region since 2007. Carports up to 24 feet wide, RV covers, storage buildings, even a sturdy metal barn up to 54 feet wide. Your structure can be customized, installed on level ground, and comes with a 20-year warranty. Let Headley Metal Buildings help you find the perfect solution. Financing available. Call 285-3667 for details or find Headley Metal Buildings on Facebook.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Wiley Sanders Truck Lines.
Truckers, listen up. A $2,500 sign-on bonus only at Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Work for a company that puts God and family first. 855-777-9785. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines.
Well, hi, everybody. Our elevated rain chances continue not only today, but for the next few days, really. Cloudy with a high around 84 today. Periods of showers and thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon and evening hours with locally heavy downpours. Low tonight, upper 60s to around 70. Then not much day-to-day change tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The higher than normal rain chances are locked in for here and the Gulf Coast beaches, with daily highs mid-80s, lows at night, upper 60s to around 70. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray Publix.
We get Montgomery talking 24 hours a day. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. 272-9228 if you want to get in on the conversation. That's 334-272-9228. So, one thing that happened yesterday during the cabinet meeting, aside from all the talk of Iran and many other things all the secretaries were working on, was the president taking a beat at least, to express his gratitude to Tulsi Gabbard, who will be leaving her position as Director of National Intelligence. Her husband has bone cancer, and it's a truly tragic story development. So here's the president taking some time to, express his thanks to Tulsi.
Before asking Vice President Vance to speak about these efforts, I want to express our tremendous gratitude to our outgoing Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, who's a terrific person, actually. some findings that were pretty good. And Tulsi's worked tirelessly to restore trust and focus on the intelligence, and with the intelligence community. They all respected her. They listened to her. She gave us leads that were pretty much, people thought they were dead, and they weren't dead. They were right there, and she was able to expose a lot of things that we used at the FBI with Cash and with Todd and with JD and everybody else. It was amazing. She dramatically reformed the Office of Director of National Intelligence and cutting the staff by 40%, and she prevented countless terrorists and cartel members from entering the United States. She exposed mountains of evidence related to the Russia hoax, probably the greatest hoax in the history of our country. Although, when you look at the fraud coming out, there's a lot of them. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of them. But the Russia hoax, a great hoax, a very dangerous hoax, too, and revoked security clearances of officials involved, and she declassified numerous historic documents of special public interest, including related to the JFK and RFK assassinations, which everybody wanted to see. And we're now releasing a lot of things having to do with space. You know, it's people are very interested in it. It actually became the #1 topic. We're releasing a lot of information having to do with terrestrial things, and people are totally fascinated by it. It's amazing. I wasn't sure if they would enjoy it. It's literally trending #1. Can you believe it? So a lot of people out there are like it, but we're releasing all of that information. And Tulsi, we're praying for you and for your husband. Her husband's not feeling great, but he's going to feel great soon. You're going to get him better. And he's a wonderful guy. So just say hello and thank you for the great work you've done. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
So a lot of folks wondering, was this her being forced out? Because there's always controversy, her having that position. But no, I think her husband really has bone cancer.
I hate that for him.
It's a shame.
Wish him the best.
No, and it's good to just get out of that place.
Yep.
It's like a country within this country. Like I told Jared Hudson yesterday. Oof. It's a different animal. And there are sometimes priorities in life beyond just these public games that we play.
Like jet skiing. If you made jet skiing a priority in your life, you'd be such a happier person.
I would be.
Yeah, I think so. As long as you didn't have to pay for the gas.
Right. I was about to say. And then the upkeep and like having the place to put the jet ski in.
You know what your benefit is already? Your best friend's got 2 jet skis.
That's true.
If you break it, you know what? I'm going to fix it. And I'm going to call you back. Hey, Joey, jet skis fixed. Let's go ride again.
Okay. Yeah. Why would I break it?
Oh, you know, they're mechanical. Things break.
Yeah, it does. It does happen from time to time. Anyway, we'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
At Blue Water Broadcasting, we believe great advertising starts with relationships. That's why so many local business owners trust us, not just for radio, but for digital too. If you're already running digital advertising and you're not seeing results, it may be time to explore your options. Our team takes the time to understand your business, then builds custom campaigns using a multi-channel conversion-focused approach. So whether it's digital display, social media, or you need help increasing your online presence, Blue Water Broadcasting can help. Before your next campaign, let's have a conversation. Visit bluewaterBroadcasting.com.
E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, ride for free. E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, ride for free.
At E-Bike Oasis, we're more than just Montgomery's best electric bicycle store. E-Bike Oasis offers free 1-hour electric bicycle rentals and a full-service electric bike repair shop. Stop by E-Bike Oasis in Montgomery today for free rentals, repairs, and electric bicycle brands in town.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
If it concerns your community, you'll hear about it on News Talk 93.1. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader here in the studio with me.
In the house.
And would you believe the New York Times is now saying, well, a lot of those climate change doomsday predictions, they might have been like wrong.
The one that they used to sell a lot of newspapers with?
Yeah, the New York Times acknowledged the rollback of an extreme global warming scenario in previously used material, headline fodder, for the Times. They did that Tuesday. The New York Times addressed Doomsday Model Representative Concentration Pathways 8.5's rescission and why scientists retired the dire climate scenario used for over a decade.
Because the decade came and went and nothing's happened.
Right. The New York Times published numerous alarmist headlines based on the RCP 8.5 since it debuted in August 2011. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change found in April that Representative Concentration Pathway 8.5, RCP 8.5, and other comparable climate models, quote, have become implausible. Really? Have become? Or always were implausible?
There you go, Joey. Okay, so if they're forced to say they were wrong, do we get any kind of refund? They printed false material.
Some critics argued the model depended on unrealistic coal consumption numbers and was implausible when first released. Well, we didn't consume as much coal as
who would have thunk it?
The New York Times ran articles like "The Great Climate Migration Has Begun" and "How Climate Migration Will Reshape America" in 2020, seemingly justifying mass migration on the basis of global warming. See, this is why we have to let all the immigrants in.
Maybe they're
open up the border.
Joey, because the South has been getting more and more populated in the last 15, 20 years.
The stark policy choices are already becoming apparent as refugees stream out of the Middle East and North Africa into Europe. It has nothing to do with wars, right?
Nothing. Nothing to do with the open border either.
Right.
Nothing.
And from Central America into the United States, an anti-immigrant backlash has propelled nationalist governments into power around the world. The alternative, driven by a better understanding of how and when people will move, is governments that are actively preparing both materially and politically for the greater changes to come. That's such commie gobbledygook.
Yeah, it is.
The model shows that the political responses to both climate change and migration can lead to drastically different futures. In 2017, the New York Times published, "As climate changes, southern states will suffer more economic damage," predicting mass die-offs from increased global temperatures. What? Do we have more people die in the heat here in Alabama?
Not here in Alabama, but I do remember like a couple years ago, and they'll get it every few years in France and European. They'll have that heat wave that knocks out about 3 people, and they make a big deal out of it. Yeah, that's about the one I can think
In
of.
2018, the New York Times had this headline, "A Rise in Murder? Let's talk about the weather." Presented links between hot temperatures and homicide and noted that ignoring the connection seems unwise given another trend, climate change.
I hate to agree with him on the first part of that, but I do. You have a tendency, and everyone does, you get more angry when it's hot out. You lose
fair.
it more. Yeah,
That's fair.
I'll agree there.
Now, the New York Times editorial board published "Climate Change is Not Negotiable" in 2022, arguing, which is a great negotiating tactic, arguing for radical revisions to the U.S. economy and government to forestall global warming's alleged devastating consequences. Some of us have been talking about this for almost a decade. The fact that it took so long is a big problem. There will be significant, like it just gets sassier the more you read it. There will be significant consequences if the world unwinds from the extreme scenarios. Science is self-correcting, but sometimes that process takes too long.
Self-correct.
That's what somebody said about having it self-correcting.
Self-correcting.
Yeah, but there's also like you could have corrected it like as soon as you put it out.
Yeah, within moments.
But I love that. There's just the snark. Some of us have been talking about this for almost a decade. The fact that it took so long is a big problem.
Who wrote that? That homegirl?
The New York Times editorial board. Yeah, no, it sounds like some woman.
It really does.
Or it could
I'm
be a
sorry, it
sassy
does.
man. It could be a sassy.
No,
fella.
it could be Greta Thunberg. That's what it sounds like.
I'm dead. You've stolen my dreams.
Just glad we can back to making fun of these people.
You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words.
No, they were empty words.
Yeah.
But it was coming out of her mouth. Anyway.
At what point will Hollywood embrace her and put her in a movie? You know what's coming.
I will not go back to school until you change the weather.
Oh, well.
Okay, white lady.
Right. I will hold my breath until I turn blue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anyway. It's just like, especially hanging out with Greg Vidal, he's like, yeah, they're talking about global cooling, like Ice Age in the 70s.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, really? And
They flipped the
they had
script.
Spock, like, delivering it and all this stuff, serious stuff. And it's like,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
dude,
it's
Spock also did albums, and they were hits.
I believe that.
Yeah, he was quite the ladies' man. Yeah.
Leonard Nimoy was
Yes.
a ladies' man?
Yeah, had a couple albums, too.
What kind of ladies? I thought
Not from outer space.
I thought Shatner was the ladies' man.
Well, that's how good Hollywood writers are. Mm-hmm.
Anyway. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. U.S. and Iranian negotiators have reached a tentative agreement that would extend the ceasefire by 60 days. It also includes a provision to launch talks on Iran's nuclear program. Of course, President Trump has said there will be no deal unless Iran abandons its ambitions to get a nuclear weapon. However, the tentative agreement worked out by the two sides comes at a moment when the fragile ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran appeared to be wavering, and President Trump will still need to sign on before it becomes official. Also at SRNnews.com, four-time Stanley Cup champion Claude Lemieux has died. He was 60. The NHL Alumni Association announced Lemieux's death in a social media post. The cause of death was not immediately made available. A key inflation gauge accelerated in April to the highest level in 3 years, a latest sign that spiking gas prices and higher food costs are weighing on personal family budgets. This is SRN News.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free, no-risk consultation. 800-292-7875. 800-292-7875. You have nothing to lose, but everything to gain. 800-292-7875.
Weather, a service of H&H Carpets, where right now, get a load of this, listen close, you get a house full of carpet for $19.95 installed. Unbelievable. They're located at 6450 Atlanta Highway, just across from Walmart.
Well, hi, everybody. Our elevated rain chances continue not only today, but for the next few days, really. Cloudy with a high around 84 today. Periods of showers and thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon and evening hours with locally heavy downpours. Low tonight, upper 60s to around 70. Then not much day-to-day change tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The higher than normal rain chances are locked in for here and the Gulf Coast beaches, with daily highs mid-80s, lows at night, upper 60s to around 70. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Big dreams for your home on a tight budget? AFE's $26.26 as you covered. Unlock your home's equity with just $26 in closing costs. No fees, no headaches. Visit your local ASE branch today. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 420259.
1819 News.
The two Republicans who are headed to a runoff vote in June for the U.S. Senate candidacy are both pushing against the idea that they are career politicians. Jared Hudson and Barry Moore were on News Talk 93.1 in Montgomery talking to Joey Clark in separate interviews that occurred on the very same day.
The reason I'm running is because for far too long we've had career politicians that make backroom deals with special interest groups, and they don't deliver for the people that they're elected to represent. And that's why I'm running for the U.S. Senate, is because, one, I'm not a career politician. Two, I'm a war fighter, a law enforcement officer who has actually done the work. Being a true seventh-generation Alabama family man, for me, that is, I'm raising my girls right here in the state of Alabama, and the decisions we make today are going to impact them down the road. Right now, we're in the position we're in because of 50 years of bad domestic and foreign policy. I believe I'm the best man for the job to make sure that we don't continue down that same road these career politicians have taken us down.
So my question is, is Donald Trump a career politician? Him and I have been in D.C. the exact same amount of time, right? I mean, we've been in D.C. for 5.5 years. And so if he's an outsider, I'm an outsider, and he knows I'm an ally, and that's why he endorsed me. So I think it falls on deaf ears.
I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Covenant Grocery Group seeks to directly support organizations and agencies that are fighting the global battle against human trafficking. They do this through funding, procuring, and advocating. You can go to covenantrescue.org for further details. They need your donations, guys. Hop on and donate.
An inmate at the William Donaldson Correctional Facility has died. Larry Thomas was found this past Wednesday unresponsive at the prison infirmary where he had been admitted for a terminal illness. Thomas had been serving a life sentence for a 2000 robbery conviction. A cause of death investigation will be conducted, although no foul play is suspected. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Dewan Walker has been an Alabama Power customer since 1999.
We're being squeezed on every side. We hear about Alabama Power freezing their rates. That's the best news we can get. Alabama Power rate freeze will provide real relief for Alabama working families. Alabama Power is protecting their customers by making data centers pay their full costs. It makes me feel at peace. Alabama Power is really stepping up and doing what's right for customers.
Hello, everyone. Robbie Pelt with Capital City Roofing. If you think about it, your home is your biggest investment in life. Your roof covers your home, so why jeopardize your biggest investment on a roofer you don't know anything about when you can deal with a reputable roofing company like Capital City Roofing? We have an A+ Better business rating and the best manufacturers and workmanship warranties available. We do all residential and commercial roofing applications that are certified through the manufacturer to ensure you get the best material and workmanship money can buy. We also have your project in our best interest before and after construction has been done. Don't hesitate to call us if you have any roofing issues or questions. We will match any of our competitors' price and give you the same great workmanship warranty. We also give free estimates. Give us a call today and let us show you the difference. 277-3311. That's 277-3311. Or you can check us out on the web at www.capitalcityroofing.com. Capital City Roofing. We capitalize the roofing industry.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader here in the studio with me.
How you doing?
No, man, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. Weather's kind of
messing with you?
Yeah, It's saving me gas money because it's raining every time I get home, so I can't go ride no jet ski, take no boat out. That's kind of depressing.
Well, I was like, I had guys over there working on the house and apologizing, like, didn't mean to block the driveway. And like, I'm like, guys, I'm over the moon that y'all are here.
I was going to say, did you take
like,
a
whatever
pie or
you
donuts
need,
or anything, Joe?
Whatever y'all need. I thank you for finally getting this stuff.
I'm going to give you a tip.
Like the roof will be weatherproof. It weatherproof this morning.
I'm going to give you a tip, and some people ain't going to like it, but it's the truth. Give them boys a case of beer.
Get them boys a case of beer?
They will be your best. That'll be your best thing you can do. Give them that case of beer now for the weekend.
That needs to be the trick with a lot of politicians. It used to be the trick. I don't know. I think it's frowned upon now.
I think now they have to do that behind closed doors.
Get them boys a keg.
I know it's been my experience before when I had trouble at a particular Chevrolet dealership one time getting the right service. I met the mechanic and he said, put a case of beer in the back of your truck and I'll have this fixed right. And every time I took my truck back to that Chevrolet place, I had that case of beer there and my truck was fixed right every single time.
Every single time. All the time.
Yep.
Oh, my.
Yep. And it was a Chevrolet, so it was in the shop a lot. Yeah.
I've never owned a Chevy. I've had, a Honda?
Yeah.
Then I drove around my mother's, what is it? It was after she passed and stuff. No, it was a Buick Rendezvous.
Rendezvous?
A Buick.
Really?
Like SUV, top-heavy SUV. I hated that thing. And that one was starting to just fall apart. Like to where like the power steering went out on the interstate and then
yeah.
And it also started flashing overheating, and I was just pouring bottles of stuff in there to not have to go to get it fixed.
Why get it fixed? Like they sell this on a shelf.
I was going through bottles of power steering fluid, just and coolant too. It was just just keep it going for the next trip to the radio station. And then after that, it was the BMW Roadster.
He stepped up.
That car was a steal. I wish I had. I wish it had been a second car that I could have kept in a garage, and it would have lasted a long time.
I predict
but I used it as my everyday thing. I didn't have a garage. It was out in the elements. It went downhill quick.
By the time you're 45, you'll have you another convertible, and it will be a second.
I love that thing though, and we got it for under. We played kind of fun hardball. We got it for under 10.
But you might, unless you end up with a wife and some chilling, then I predict a minivan. Which I think minivans are cool with a remote, open the side door. I'm down with a minivan, man.
Mm-hmm. And then after that, it was the Kia.
The Kia, big
K5.
step up.
It's great. Yeah, it doesn't leak.
Yet.
Yet, yeah. No, but that thing's held up. That year has been great. I don't know about the newest Kias, but that I love it. It's a 22 K5. Yeah. That thing's great. Black folks love it.
Oh, yeah.
No, seriously.
Cool car, man. The red interior.
With the red seats.
Yeah.
Man.
That's a cool car.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I'm looking at a story here.
What you got?
From the Washington Post, of all places. Their byline, their subtitle is still "Democracy Dies in Darkness." I didn't realize they still are doing that.
It hasn't died yet.
Yeah, it's dead. We're dead. Actually, the democracy's been kind of dead for a while. Bernie Sanders said we have to fight the oligarchy.
Man, come on.
We are an oligarchy, and you're part of it, Bernie.
Right. You got to fight yourself?
I mean, the plutocrats and all the rich billionaires and stuff. It's like, that's not the only way an oligarchy works.
Who bought all those books that your wife wrote?
Right. Yeah, it's not like all the plutocrats are on the side of the Democrats, your top donors, right?
What
about all the people that donate to, say, the university system and fund these media companies? And
it's kind of sad, but you're right, dude.
Anyway, but I'm looking at a headline from the Washington Post, which Jeff Bezos is trying to change slowly but surely.
Why has it got to be so slow?
Well, if he really cleaned house, he would get a mass walkout, and it'd be tough to hire new folks. I mean, I guess he could go full on, let's change it to more of a right-wing perspective.
Because if
he could do that.
Your ultimate goal anyway, what do you think you're going to get out of your employees for the next?
Yeah, he could go full Elon and just do it with the Post. But I think what they're worried about is their subscriber base. The people that are used to that brand are not that way.
Yep, you're right. You're right.
But the headline here at the Washington Post is Ozempic may be reshaping the brain.
That's so strange.
Scientists say GLP-1 drugs may be rewiring circuits involved not only in appetite, but in emotion, desire, and beyond. Worried about what that beyond part is.
Vaccines.
That's a good lead-in. Ozempic was supposed to be a gut story.
Yeah.
Then Allison Shapiro looked at the brain scans. An assistant professor at the University of Colorado, Anschutz. I don't know what that is. That's
okay.
Colorado Anschutz. She was part of a team studying 13 teens and young women with a hormonal disorder affecting the ovaries who were put on GLP-1 drugs. As part of the testing to catalog the effect of the medication on their body, Shapiro took snapshots of their brains before and after. She was astonished to find extensive changes. Within only a few months, the brain connections in the salience network, which helps target attention, had multiplied. We didn't expect to see these effects, and we really don't know what it means, Shapiro said. Ozempic and other GLP-1 drugs were initially understood as a metabolism breakthrough, medicines that act like hormones to control hunger, blood sugar, and weight. But as researchers probe deeper into how the drugs work, early evidence suggests that GLP-1s may also be reshaping parts of the brain. Tens of millions of people are now taking the medications worldwide, turning what began as an obesity and diabetes treatment into what could be modern medicine's largest unplanned neuroscience experiments. Scientists are studying GLP-1 drugs, medications that mimic the hormones involved in appetite, blood sugar, and digestion, for how they affect not only eating behavior, but also addiction, cognition, neurodegeneration, and even motivation and pleasure. The category includes older diabetes drugs that researchers have studied for decades. Newer medications such as Ozempic and Wegovy, which contain semaglutide, and Mounjaro and Zepbound, which contain tirzepatide, a newer compound that targets both GLP-1 and the second metabolic hormone known as GIP, a distinction some scientists believe may matter neurologically. The emerging research on GLP-1s is part of a larger scientific shift away from treating brain and physical health as separate domains. Increasingly, researchers see them as tightly interwoven. Exercise is associated with sharper cognition, stronger memory, and better executive functioning. Well, I think my executive functioning has been doing well in the last few years, actually.
Who would even comment on my executive functioning?
Yeah. How many jet skis do you own?
Too many.
Anyway, this could be associated across a person's lifespan if you exercise, like improvements in cognition, memory, and executive functioning, probably because it enhances neural activation and plasticity, the brain's capacity to adapt and reorganize itself. Diet exerts its own influence. Eating balanced, nutrient-dense foods has been linked to greater gray matter volume and improved mental well-being. But not all of the reported mental effects of GLP-1 drugs have been positive. On social media and at doctors' offices, some users have reported a type of brain fog, and others something broader and harder to define. A strange emotional flattening. People describe less pleasure, less motivation, diminished interest in hobbies, and even reduced sex desire.
Sounds like somebody who's on Lexapro.
Those accounts are beginning to raise deeper questions about what exactly these drugs are changing. If GLP-1s alter the brain systems involved in reward, craving, and motivation, researchers wonder, where is the line between quieting a person's destructive impulses and reshaping personality itself? The hormones and receptors targeted by GLP-1 drugs form a vast communication network that stretches far beyond the stomach. Naturally activated after eating, the system helps regulate hunger, blood sugar, and digestion, but its receptors are also scattered throughout the body, including in the heart and deep within the brain. Scientists are still in the early stages of investigating how GLP-1 drugs affect neural networks. Because the medications are relatively large molecules, researchers remain uncertain how much of them can cross the blood-brain barrier, a protective membrane that shields the brain from the bloodstream. That uncertainty has raised a larger question. Are the drugs acting directly on the brain, or are they reshaping the nervous system more indirectly by reducing inflammation, improving metabolism, and easing stress on the body? Researchers suspect that both may be true. Some studies suggest the drugs help reduce inflammation that can damage neurons over time, while other research indicates the medications may help brain cells survive and function more effectively. One leading theory is that GLP-1 drugs may reduce inflammation in the brain. Researchers think the medications could quiet overactive immune cells, that, when repeatedly triggered, may contribute to damage and cognitive degeneration over time. Other scientists suspect the drugs may act more directly on brain cells themselves, helping them function more efficiently and resist stress. These two effects may be happening simultaneously. There's a lot of maybes.
Maybe. Yeah,
Perhaps.
I thought these things were well studied.
Researchers are also investigating whether this process originates in the gut rather than the brain. Naturally occurring GLP-1 hormones communicate with the brain through the vagus nerve. Huh. Ever heard of the vagus nerve?
I have heard of the vagus nerve.
Ever tried to stimulate your vagus nerve?
Not that I know of.
You ever put on the little electrode thing?
Mm-hmm.
Stimulate your vagus nerve?
No, I didn't do that part.
There are also, there's a part right here, like behind the ear, where you can kind of massage a little bit. Help you relax.
Whatever, dude.
You don't want to massage your vagus nerve?
No, I said no.
I mean, it's your vagus nerve. You can do whatever you want
to the
with
man
it.
that said get in the van for free candy, Joey. Obviously, you didn't.
Anyway, the vagus nerve, that's a dark joke. The long signaling pathway connecting the digestive systems and brainstem that guides sensation of hunger and fullness. Scientists suspect those same gut-brain circuits may also influence mood, craving, and cognition. Long before Oprah Winfrey and social media influencers began popularizing GLP-1 drugs, physician scientist Lorenzo Leggio was studying them as a possible addiction treatment.
I see.
After seeing a 2013 study in Sweden showing that rodents given a GLP-1-like medication consumed less alcohol, Leggio, the clinical director and deputy scientific director at the National Institutes of Health, National Institute on Drug Abuse, replicated the findings and has been investigating ever since replicating those findings. Excuse me, folks. I need to plug this in. Losing power. I'm at 5%.
But I thought they were supposed to, all this stuff, Joey, was checked out long before we released to the public.
Nah.
I'm losing something here.
Leggio and his team have built a mock bar where participants are exposed to alcohol-related cues, smells, sights, and other triggers associated with craving, like,
honey, could you come home? We forgot to take out the trash. I had a dream about you last night, and you were really mean.
No, that's not how it goes. They usually wake up, had a dream you were cheating on me, therefore I'm mad at you for the next 2 days.
Who's Amy?
Exactly.
I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
But you're acting a lot like her right now.
I'm going to start drinking.
Don't start drinking again.
Participants are also moved through virtual reality environments, including a cafeteria simulation in which they are asked to choose foods, allowing scientists to study how desire and decision-making may shift under the drug's influence. Why not just make it an actual cafeteria?
That's an idea.
Why don't you go like full Mr. Beast, like have people live in a space and you provide like a crazy cafeteria while you do these experiments? Why is it got, I think you're taking something away when it's simulated, like it's a video game sort of thing.
Well, you're doing a lot of guessing.
Right. Researchers have long known that addiction is associated with hyperactivity in brain circuits connected to reward, craving, and reinforcement. Scientists suspect GLP-1 drugs may dampen the brain's dopamine-driven reward systems that determine what feels pleasurable and worth repeating, which could lessen these urges. They are also investigating whether the drugs affect the amygdala, which helps regulate fear, stress, and emotional processing. Eli Lilly, they just did a $6 billion investment in Alabama?
Yeah.
Eli Lilly, which manufactures tirzepatide under the brand names Mounjaro and Zepbound, has launched a large clinical trial expected to conclude by the end of this year or early next year, examining whether the drug could help treat alcohol use disorder. Several major studies examine GLP-1 drugs on nicotine dependency, opioid and cocaine use disorders, gambling addiction, and binge eating. All those studies are underway.
None of that's ever been
It's a very exciting times, but we don't fully understand how it works. I don't know why Leggio sounds like Dracula. That's the voice it came out with. Many patients have described a quieting of food noise, quote-unquote food noise, the constant mental pull towards eating that many had lived with for years. But the same mechanisms that curb destructive cravings could also suppress healthy desires A shift some on the medication have reported. If you think about it from a survival standpoint, some of the foundational behaviors such as eating and sex could be impacted, said Leggio.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't say that in a Dracula voice. Yeah. Still, he noted the Food and Drug Administration has repeatedly reviewed available safety data and has not concluded that this is a widespread problem. So there's a lot here and there's a lot more here. But the long and short of it seems to be like, well, we don't really know. And millions of people are now taking this stuff, and people are losing weight. Now, I think of this stuff as like, well, how are you using it? Like, how much are you relying on it?
Oh, I know some people that they're using it like a crutch.
Right.
Which I don't know how healthy intended. Yeah, I don't think that's the intended purpose for it, but they do. They use it like a crutch. But these are the same ones that, ironically enough, will tell me some of the side effects, like the crazy dreams. So
crazy dreams.
Crazy dreams is one of the side effects. Now they're talking about how it does affect the brain. Maybe they're just finally coming public with it.
Maybe. Yeah, they've hidden stuff before. But speaking of, I think we mentioned their gambling addictions.
Yeah,
which is a very real thing. Dadgum, man.
There was a settlement case years ago, Joey, with a drug maker, and it was like an anxiety drug. But these people somehow were just, I would say, anxious, but somehow that pill turned them into gamblers, and they were able to prove it, and they were able to sue that drug company and make them settle. I don't remember the name of that medication, but they showed case after case. A lot of them would be like a mom, just a regular everyday mom. She got on this anxiety medication. All of a sudden, she's going to the local bingo parlor. Then all of a sudden, she's in Vegas, constantly gambling all their money away.
And she started selling her body?
I don't know if it went that bad, but enough people did that they had to say, hey, where's the correlation here? Oh, all these women were on this one particular anxiety medicine.
Well, one thing I do have to say, because I don't have the studies like right in front of me, anything to read.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty certain, and this has actually been backed up by research, but just from, let's say, my own experience, if you spend hours a day, say 4 to 5 hours a day, maybe a little less, could be more if you got really the time, in quiet, silent, meditative prayer, there is a lot of rewiring of the brain as well.
Oh, I bet, dude.
So, like, anybody who's ever gotten into mystical stuff, and it could be literally Christian mysticism and meditative prayer, or it could be other traditions as well. People are like, what are you doing? Just sitting there? And it's like, no, there is an effect to a lot of this stuff at the physiological material level. Now, I think it's more than that. But I've noticed that there's something about being able to quiet your mind, or at least see what your mind comes up with when you're trying to be quiet, when you're trying to just embrace that silence. And I just wonder, because I never used to do it, like how many folks could just benefit from literally sit quietly, meditate on one idea for an hour.
Not all of us could sit like that long, Joey.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Can we start with like 5 minutes?
No, I think the stuff I'm doing now, I think part of me is like, I sound crazy.
No.
When I think back to my old self, but I feel better than I have in years.
If it's working for you, and it's not a bad thing you're doing by no means, Joey, and it's working, so keep it up, bro.
Don't get me wrong, folks. I still think people need to be on medication. Psychology is, I think, a true science and a bit of an art as well. I think there is a lot where you can have pharmaceutical intervention.
Yeah.
And, like, there is a role for medicine, obviously. And
yeah, but I see it.
Like, materialist science, but I think there... I don't know. In some experiences, have you ever just sat down and everybody's just sharing their prescriptions?
Yeah.
Like, this is what I was diagnosed with, and this is what my therapist told me. And I'm like, y'all sat an hour in meditative prayer?
Not to be funny, and I know it sounds cheesy or cheap, but a lot of people don't have time. They won't make time in their life for that. I can't.
And I think, honestly, we have all the time in the world. Now, some folks are just
prioritizing it,
working their tail off, and they're always going. But how much TV do you watch? How much do you scroll on the phone?
That's where I'm at. Doom scrolling.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not saying that everybody's got to do something or one thing or the other. I've just noticed in my own life changes.
That's why like when we go on vacation, we'll go somewhere where it can't be bothered. And it takes about 3 days to kind of unplug from everything and put the phone down. But it's nice to, when you come back, you go, okay, it's like starting over again. And granted, all the anxiety starts building back up, and we kind of need that release again every 6 months or so.
And I got thinking about this just in this moment because they're sitting there talking about could the GLP-1s affect your addictive thought patterns and your compulsions and all this stuff 100%. Like that. But I've noticed for a fact my main weapon against certain addictive thought patterns that I have has been prayer, and it works. Mm-hmm. It works remarkably well. Consider it, folks. Look into it. Each to their own, I suppose, in this free society. But sometimes I wonder, should we really be trusting Eli Lilly, even if they are investing $6 billion?
No.
Or the latest, researcher at the National Institute of Drug Dependency.
Look up Eli Lilly and see what other things they're into.
Anyway, choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
But, we mentioned the gambling addiction.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine it's worse when, whether it's alcohol or drugs or porn or whatever it is, that if you get hooked on it at a young age, it's more embedded and it's harder to
shake it.
Harder to kick that pattern.
Yep.
That loop that you're stuck in. Well, I'm seeing this is the new top story at 1819 News. And by the way, are you mad at Katie Brett?
No, not particularly. Not
Say
right
yes.
this second.
Yes, you are? Yeah, you said
I'm mad that she's not here right now. How about that?
Yeah. Well, now look over there. How can you be mad? This is the top story.
Still not as captivating as in the studio.
Brit proposes, shut up. Brit proposes crackdown on jarring rise in gambling advertising targeting youth. You're like, cool, but you're not all that excited about it?
I'm not all that excited about it. I'm not young anymore. I don't know what those kids are doing. If she thinks they're doing that, then go after them. I think she's wasting time, but, heart's in the right place.
She teamed up with Denang Dick, U.S. Senator Richard Blumenthal of Connecticut. He lied about being in Vietnam. He wasn't in Da Nang. Dick was at home. But it's bipartisan legislation between Brett and Blumenthal. The Gaming Advertisement to Minors Enforcement, GAME Act. They always got to come up with the good acronym, which would prohibit social media companies and other advertising websites from targeting minors with sports betting through online advertising.
I don't have a problem with it. It's whatever, man.
The Federal Trade Commission would be responsible for enforcing the law, which would begin 1 year after enactment. Failure to comply could result in civil financial penalties and injunctive relief sought in court. Under the GAME Act, repeat offenders can be referred to the Department of Justice, which may impose financial penalties up to $100,000 for each advertisement that promotes sports gambling and is shown to a minor. How do you know that?
Kind of tough, man.
Yeah, I guess right now it's just like let it rip. You have it all over the internet. How do you know it's going to a minor? And this gets into, I think where this is going, and I'm just being serious here. I don't know how much is going to be government regulation, how much will be technological innovation. I think it'll probably be a mix. But society and people, especially with children, starting families, especially if you just started, and it's young kids. I'm thinking of like my brother and his wife. Needs to be, and it's already happening, a conversation about rites of passage and barriers and protections for kids to this thing we call the internet.
Yeah.
Because we've just let it rip.
But the problem
for the last 20, 30 years.
The problem I would have with that is I know we'd have a bunch of Karens in there, just like Gore's wife with the Adam. See, and
right.
It wouldn't have a fair shot.
That doesn't mean there couldn't be actually a good, responsible way of going about this. Because it does seem you see the effect on adults.
I do.
And I just can't imagine. And some of this does come down to parental responsibility and technological solutions. Some of it might be very well the government.
I don't believe in the government to do that.
Right. Right. Yeah, I hear you. But Senator Britt said the rise in sports gambling among minors, particularly among young boys, is jarring.
How much has it risen? We used to gamble all the time when I was in high school.
She said, we know targeted advertising from gambling and prediction markets websites can serve as the gateway to dangerous habits that too often become crippling addictions. What, were you playing quarters in the bathroom?
No, dude, we had football cards.
Football cards?
You had a bookie?
You had a bookie?
Yeah.
You got a bookie?
We bet on football, Joey. How does she bet on football?
Who was the bookie?
My friend Roman.
Is he your age?
He's a couple years older. What?
Sure Roman wasn't taking some off the top?
That if he does, so be it. I got my money when it was due. What is... It's not like it was this big crime syndicate. It was just weird.
No, it's just funny.
With football cards. And,
Yeah, I know. It's football. People bet on football in the state like crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know how much the youth is that a problem for the youth today? Are they advertising for the youth towards that? I don't know. They didn't have to with us.
Well, Senator Britt goes on to say, we know targeted advertising from gambling and prediction market websites can serve as the gateway to dangerous habits that too often become crippling addictions. Our legislation takes a critical step towards addressing the problem before it worsens. Our next generation is our greatest asset, and it's our responsibility to take the necessary steps to protect them from online dangers whenever we can. If you're getting upset by this, you seem a little frustrated because you're in your 50s and you're a Gen Xer and you want to see the world burn, just look at the photo. Relax. A release from Britt's office noted a 2024 study found that individuals who begin gambling before the ages of 18 are 50% more likely to develop a gambling problem, while 1 in 6 parents say they would not know if their child was gambling. Did your parents know you had a bookie?
No.
How's Roman doing these days?
It's a sad story.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
So much potential there.
There's a line between tragedy and comedy, folks.
That's kind of how that one happened. Yeah. Ended up in Hawaii.
Yeah. How old were you?
We had high school, 16, 17.
So this guy's like 18.
I think he was 19, a couple years old.
18, 19, 20 years old.
I think his brother...
He started making money, like being a bookie, doing these bets.
No, we just started betting with him. I don't know what all he did. He worked at Arby's too. So, I mean, he wasn't...
Yeah.
You know, he was just our...
It's probably a good place. Worked the drive-through window.
It was not this big syndicate. It was just a couple guys.
I'm just trying to imagine this. But it didn't end up, like, did he keep doing this in Hawaii?
No, it got worse.
Oh, it went into other things.
Yeah.
Maybe your own life is providing an argument against your instincts.
No, I'm just saying not everybody gets caught up in it, man. I mean,
that's true.
You can lose enough money and walk away. That ain't for me.
Senator Britt goes on to say, years ago, parents could lock the door at night and assume that their children were safe. In today's digital age, that is sadly no longer the case. Dangers can enter our homes every single day through the palm of our children's hands. Youth gambling addictions could be developing under parents' roofs without them even knowing it, which is why it's critical that we help parents combat this. Well, I mean, one solution is, like, you don't get a screen. Like, we're not giving this to you. Now, I know that's a hard sell.
It is
especially when the other kids have screens. But it's like, no, I'm going to be that parent of, you don't get a screen until you're old enough.
But is there not an app, and again, I don't know, just old fart, but is there not an app, if I give you a phone and I say, Joey, I don't want you to go to gambling websites, shouldn't I be able to say, this phone cannot go to gambling websites? Is that not something that's available? I don't know. I'm asking. I mean, can I restrict, if I just want my kid to have basic phone use and maybe a little Facebook action, can I restrict that?
I'm sure I'm not a
I don't know
parent,
either.
and I haven't tried to
I have
restrict
no idea.
myself or
Right.
anything.
How's that coming, Joey?
Well, no, actually, the prayers work.
See? All right.
And you didn't need an app for that or a drug for that. You just,
I
give
mean,
it up to God.
I'm glad we're doing this. It seems sincere, but it also seems light work. There's much bigger things to be done out there.
I mean, how could you argue with that?
I'm not arguing. I'm appreciating
I think
it.
it's a good. I think it's a good.
I know there's some heavy.
I mean, the
lifting to be
devil's in
done
the
here.
details, just a little bit.
Also, I'd like to see what kind of money we're going to spend. Where's that money coming from?
Well, what the model for this is? They already did it with what, cigarettes?
And how well has that worked out, Joey? Let's talk about that. You don't know any
I
kids that
never
smoke
really
anymore?
want to. Well, yeah, I know a few.
All right.
They mostly work at restaurants.
Yep, or construction.
And honestly, they should smoke cigarettes. If
It's
you
pretty
work a
stressful.
restaurant job,
Yeah.
like, you know what?
I mean, I get it. It's for the kids. How can you go wrong there?
Yeah, but I
a
think
lot of these are
smoking, like cigarette smoking, has declined a great deal.
among kids. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a kid. I don't know.
I don't like you.
I know
You
when I
grew
was,
up in the 80s.
Yeah, when we were in high school, you literally could go smoke in the parking lot between classes. You had a designated smoking area.
No, as I'm going to high school in the early 2000s, well, I was also Catholic, so no, we didn't have.
Yeah,
as
I
much
figured
of
as much
that.
here. I don't think
There were a
it's that way
few
here.
kids. Well, the one thing I remember was dip. I remember there were guys on the bus when we go to away games who had spit cups and spit bottles.
Wasn't as popular up there. I think it's a southern thing.
Oh man, the memory just came back. down in Gulf Shores. Maybe I drank a few beers underage. And like one of my first dip, and man, I had to throw up. Like that, it's no joke. That stuff is no joke.
You remember what kind it was?
It was the blue spearmint.
Grizzly?
Yeah, Grizzly spearmint, I think.
We used to do Copenhagen. And
I did Grizzly wintergreen long cut forever. Well, no, and then the first thing I used to do a lot, and it was so gross because it's so much more like material. Red Man Gold.
Oh, yeah. Did you do the plug? It was just a big old square plug, and you just broke off or bit off a piece, a big chew.
Oh, yeah, no, it's a whole bag. Yeah, the tan bag. And,
the nastiest
It's like a
stuff.
big raisin in there.
It's so nasty.
Right. And it's just so much material to deal with.
There was always somebody's pawpaw that had to dip, and he always had a little bit of stuff right there on his face, and he always had him a spit cup.
And then it went to like skull and like the good flavor, like citrus, and like these, and then eventually goes to like
Skull Bandits,
just
the
Grizzly
teabags.
wintergreen long cut.
Yeah.
Then it went to the pouches. Then I tried the snooze for a little while, and like
Really?
some of the alternatives, and
Yeah.
now I'm on these nicotine pouches.
Man.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I could give it up to God and try to. Actually, I've thought about that. Like, make it a sort of what is the word? Mortification.
Yeah.
Like, give it up.
Okay,
And,
I get that, to give it up, but why? I'm not, just because it's hard, you can't be
kind of to see if I could.
Okay. And that's fine too. Just, I don't understand that. A lot of people are not happy unless they're sacrificing things.
And on that note, we have to hit a break. This part of the program brought to you by Josh Leslie Ryder there at Dillon Rings. Here, I can pull the photo up again. Just look at the photo. Be all right. And Dillon Rings, they are ready to help you out with, of course, they can do custom design work.
Oh, yeah. Really good
speak
stuff.
from firsthand experience. Did an amazing job with my Sacred Heart pendant.
How long did it take start to finish, you think?
A few weeks. About a month.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because he did a vacation.
Oh, that's right.
A week
Okay.
vacation, a big one. So a little longer. But like, I wasn't rushing him either because I was being kind of particular.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the time thing. But yeah, a few weeks. Now, I'm sure you can do it faster if you have like a certain crunch time
Sure.
and these sorts of things. But really, from start to finish, great experience. From first ideas, sketching things down, then you need a full artistic rendering, then into the AI kind of modeling, and then into a true CAD program here, the actual dimensions, materials, and then he made it happen. It's now around my neck.
Nice.
Very cool stuff. And of course, they also have a great selection there from high-end pieces, one-of-a-kind pieces, to everyday jewelry that'll look great, but doesn't necessarily break the bank or break your heart if you mess it up.
Yeah.
Crazy night on the town singing karaoke.
It happens.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we know.
Joey, the fans.
I thought you said something else. The fans. The fans. I thought you said something. And of course, they're at Dillon Rings, they can do things like repair work or a spa treatment. Maybe you want that jewelry you wear all the time to shine and shimmer like it's brand new again. They can do it all.
The secret's out, though. We know that most jewelers in town, they take their stuff to Josh to fix.
Man, he's that good.
There you go. Skip the middleman.
And he's a great guy.
Yeah, he is.
Good family.
Solid dude.
So y'all check him out today. That's Dillon Rings, 119 Brown Springs Road here in Montgomery, just off of Atlanta Highway. And be sure to tell him that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Tired of spending your weekends fighting weeds, patchy grass, and a mower that never starts? Mosley Lawn Pros is the solution. They handle residential and commercial lawn maintenance, landscaping, cleanups, and property care, so you don't have to. They show up on time, do the job right, and leave your lawn looking sharp every time. Stop stressing over your yard and start loving it. When it comes to your lawn, call the crew your neighbors and local businesses trust. One call, one crew, problem solved. Mosley Lawn Pros, built on hard work, driven by quality. Find them today on Facebook or Google.
If you're tired of average meals and rush dining, come see us. Epicure and Jack's Tavern offers wet-aged steaks cut in-house, scratch-made lunches, unbeatable beer buckets, and unforgettable dinners. This is food made with pride and served with heart. We invite you to come visit soon at 2060 Downing Street in Millbrook. Epicure and Jack's Tavern. You'll taste the difference.
Welcome to Eclectic Coins, Montgomery's largest coin dealer, specializing in buying and selling investment-grade gold and silver coins. And they have a large selection of rare coins and coins from around the world. Visit them at 543 Northeastern Boulevard or on the web at eclecticcoins.com. Eclectic Coins, where collectors who know go.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
Trust is the number one reason why a patient chooses a healthcare provider. Adams Drugs has been your trusted healthcare provider since 1962 and has been voted the number one pharmacy in the River region for many years. We strive each and every day to provide you the level of health care you have come to expect from Adams Drugs. The employees at Adams Drugs take pride in developing relationships with their patients, from making sure your prescriptions are filled correctly to getting to know you and your family's needs and following up on any questions you may have. Adams Drugs employees deliver top-notch service. We ask you to visit us at any of our locations in Montgomery, Prattville, Wetumpka, Millbrook, and Pine Level Marbury and give us a chance to earn your business. You can find us at adamsdrugs.net for the location that is nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local, independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Wiley Sanders Truck Lines.
Truckers, listen up. A $2,500 sign-on bonus only at Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Work for a company that puts God and family first. 855-777-9785. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We are still locked in this very tropical weather pattern for the next few days. And not just us, but the entire region. Periods of showers and thunderstorms for the next few days, most numerous in the afternoon and evening hours, but really any time. Lows at night in the upper 60s to around 70, highs during the daytime hours, mid-80s, and the chances of locally heavy downpours also on the beaches and at the lakes. Watch out for lightning. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray to Publix.
News and talk without the static. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
This is how you conduct yourself in a democracy.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Let's go right to the phones. Finally got a call today. Well, we had Papa B earlier. That was pretty good. Let's go to Daddy-O. Hey, Daddy-O, how you doing?
What's going on, guys?
Oh, another day.
Another day in paradise, full of mass confusion and turmoil, but I sure am glad to be here.
Yes, sir.
Am too. Hey, Joey, you was talking about cigarettes, dipping in high school and all that.
Yeah.
I brought back a memory. A buddy of mine lived down the street. We was in the 7th grade. I guess you say we was 12, 13, whatever it was. His mama taught him smoking. Well, she smoked them Pall Mall Reds with no filter. He made him sit on the toilet and smoke a whole pack. And every time he'd go to whine, she had me come in there. So I want you to see what Monty's having to do here for smoking. Yep. He had done turned 4 shades of green.
Oh, dude.
Every time he'd whimper or not take a push, you hit him across the back with that belt.
Well, it was back then, man.
Especially those on filters. That's some.
That was another thing. Not only did you get a whooping, if you didn't get the whooping, you watched somebody get one. That's
exactly.
It was rough, but that was the life.
I think though there has been it went too far, the demonizing of smoking itself, like a pipe, a cigar, or like you roll your own cigarette sort of thing. Like I think there's something to that. That's there's a nice ritual to it.
Yeah.
It's very soothing, and the mass marketed cigarettes. I don't know. I've never really wanted them unless I was drunk.
Yep.
They kind of embedded people in there, growing up in their mind, like the Marlboro Man.
Yeah.
Remember him?
Oh, yeah.
He was a hero on that horse.
He sure was.
A real cowboy.
And then there was like the whole Joe Camel thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Camel points.
Right. Hey, Eddie, change the subject. You were talking the other day about, the cars and all up here on the new lake, still in the water and all. And that all this land that this few lakes they dug out belonged to old black guy named Fluky, and he owned all of this, and that was his cars. Man, he's got cars about 1,000 if I said one.
Is that right?
He's got 69 Camaros and 66 GTOs all up in there with trees growing in the middle.
Bush cars,
man.
Yeah, that's right. But I thought about you the other day when I was down there fishing. I seen that over an alt.
I ain't never caught nothing in there but old brim anyway. It ain't deep enough to hold nothing.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm in the middle now. It's 60 foot deep.
Yeah.
It's a dredge, So, but I don't know what's going on with this lake. I don't know if you experienced, but they just ain't no fishing like it used to be.
Not
on
at
this
all
lake.
like it used to be. And I hate sounding like one of them people, but you're right. Something's changed up there big time. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's fishing pressure or the population or what, but something has made a big change up there.
I think they're pulling water from that Bolden and Jordan Dam all the time. It's either going left or right.
Yeah.
It's clear and clean out there and smooth today. But hey, I got one more question. Joey, I heard through the grapevine now. It's just you hear rumors all the time.
Sure, right.
But that you may have found you a female friend at church.
No.
Is this true?
No, that's not true.
It's not true.
No.
Nothing about it's true.
No. I mean, I've met some lovely young women, but
Okay.
no, I don't have a female friend. That would be inappropriate to say.
Do you have any enemies at church?
No.
Okay, good. All right.
Okay, I just I'm still worried about I mention it about every 2 or 3 months because I know you're bound to be lonely if you and that guitar. Oh, I found one more thing. I found a good deal the other day, Joey, on it's about an 85 model Gretsch 4-string electric acoustic bass.
Oh, that's cool.
It is cool. It's a Gretsch.
Yeah.
Bought that thing for $50 on Marketplace.
Oh, sweet. You got a deal. You know you got a deal.
I think I did. Me and Jerry, Joel, we got to get together, and I play guitar. I have been playing for 50 years. So we need to get together at some point and do a little kicking and grinning.
Kicking and grinning.
We can figure something out, yeah.
All right, man. Y'all have a good one.
Appreciate
you
you,
too, Daddy-O. Thank you, man.
Yeah,
there's all kinds of
jet
people that want to play.
fishing.
I know people that want to play piano that want to play with you. And I ain't got nobody that wants to sing yet, though. I mean, I want to sing,
Yeah,
but
because I
it
can't
ain't
sing.
good.
No, it ain't good.
It ain't
I know.
good. I know.
I've heard you.
13 beers in, it's still horrible. So.
But you think it's good.
No, even then I don't. I just can't shut up. Become an Ella fella.
I think she's, like the personification of absolute perfection, but I am not an Ella fella. I will not accept that
I
name.
cannot wait. We're going to make it happen this summer.
No, you're not.
But at some point at the end of the summer, Joey's going to say, he was right. Become an Ella fella.
Saying she's amazing.
Yes.
She deserves all the success and the reward. It's
100%.
great to see somebody for your local lady.
It is. Especially that local.
had that drive and that dream and saw it through. It's awesome.
It really is.
For the world to see. But I can't say I'm an Ella fella.
Not yet.
Yeah. It would be irresponsible.
How would it be irresponsible?
Because I'm not that into it.
Not yet.
Like it's not on my rotation constantly.
You ought to improve your rotation.
Okay.
She's even got some great songs that are covers. She's really good. And there's one with a mix. I can't think of the black guy that's like a rapper that's with her on one song. That was really good. There's Dandelion. I'll cry when that song comes on. You'll become an Ella fella. You'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Even some of the strongest law enforcement officials I know in this city are Ella fellas.
Tell me more about the one with the black guy.
It's a great song.
I'm sure it is. I just love that you couldn't place who it actually was.
No, I can't. It's a person of color. He's really talented.
This is part of the program brought to you by Bo Goodson of the Goodson Group. And they're at the Goodson Group. Bo and his team are ready to help you, whether you're looking to buy or sell property, homes here in the River Region real estate market. Bo's been working in this market for about half a century now. And so he has the experience and the know-how to help you out. Again, whether you're looking to buy or sell property or a house here in the Montgomery and surrounding areas. And not only can they help you with buying and selling there at the Goodson Group, but they have management services available should you want to rent out your home. Great idea in this market. Why not for a reasonable fee? Have the Goodson Group manage that for you, that performing asset for you. So you can always learn more at thegoodsongroup.com or give them a call at 551-0225. That's 551-0225. Bo Goodson and the Goodson Group. We'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center at 8161 Vaughan Road. You know, with over 30 years experience in natural wellness, I've seen countless health fads come and go. A few years ago, we added a patented technology that actually activates your stem cells. It reverses the aging process at the cellular level. However, you do need proper hydration and targeted nutrition. At the Herb Shop, our advanced scanning and testing technology allows us to accurately assess your nutritional needs and get a customized plan for you. Come in today and see what the Herb Shop can do for you.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
The River Region's first and only News Talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. 272-9228. Though we're pretty much out of time here. Happy Hour with Greg Budell will be coming up in just a moment. I believe David Blackman should be joining him today. The man with the very big brain from Texas. And we have the man himself on the phone.
I believe so.
Ray Bowles, Prattville Carpet. Hey, Ray, how you doing?
Very tired again, 2 days in a row.
Likewise, man.
Well, you got nobody else that works there? You the only one that can unload a truck?
Now, was a forklift that did it last time?
You'd think it was easy, but it's not. I have these three college guys. And I came in this morning, and they were sitting here waiting on me. I said, how'd y'all sleep last night? And the person piped in and goes, man, I fell asleep at 7. And the other one says, I did too.
Work 'em, Ray.
Well, I'm going to talk to them when they get in. They're unloading all these pallets. There's like 18 pallets that we had to bring in the school of 5-gallon buckets.
Oh, man. That's no joke.
Now, but most people pay a gym to work out, right?
Right. Yeah.
And so I don't know why they should be paying me for this.
I can kind of see your argument a little bit about that, Ray, but at the same time.
No, I mean, they work out all day long.
I got a feeling they don't work out after they work with you for a day.
That's why I'm tired. I did like 40 pull-ups yesterday, but yeah, I pay that place a monthly fee. And
yeah, we've done them a favor. I have done them a good favor. They've all lost about 6 pounds.
True functional fitness. Like, that's no joke, moving those pallets around.
No.
Yeah, no joke at all. But there again, as I always say, if you need a floor, call Prattville Carpet at 285-8117. We'll come out and give you that pre-measurement. I think we are all through moving this epoxy stuff around. So we're back. I'm back to regular work tomorrow.
Nice.
But again, folks, that number 285-8117 for any new flooring resurfacing jobs. And of course, if you want to join the gym there, They're happy to have the help.
Hey, tomorrow's Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost tempted to get Ron to call and tell his owl story and the owl stamp at the trying to get an owl stamp from the game warden.
I think that's a good idea.
An owl stamp.
Oh yeah, that's very rare.
Yeah, yeah. It's a great story. If I can get him to call in, he can tell it so much better than me.
Okay.
It's great. Okay.
Love
All right.
that.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
See you, Ray.
See you, Ray. We learn anything today?
See, I got all kinds of notes. Whitewater Park opening back up tomorrow. We learned that.
Yeah. What, I
29th.
mean, like the water and stuff?
Yeah, the whole thing. We can go tubing or whatever we do there.
I mean, we might as well. I keep joking about it, but I mean, we
I've
might
gone like
as
3 times. You might as well go. You know what? I'll bring Big back. We'll have a good time. Yeah, she'll get something to eat. You can see that whole experience there. Watching someone eat everything on the menu. Also, we learned that Jill Biden, she's a liar.
Yeah, we did. Hey, did we learn that just today, or did we relearn
Confirmed
that?
it yet again today.
We learned that Ozempic can change the brain.
Yeah, which is strange.
We learned that 2 more weeks on the Iran thing.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
We learned that Katie Britt wants to ban sports or gambling advertisements for youths in general.
Can you show me an example of one of those? Because I remember back in the 80s, they said the cigarette was advertising for kids. I was a kid. I wasn't really interested in that advertising.
Never think your oral fixation came from Joe Camel?
No, not really.
Where'd it come from then?
Watch other people puff and pass. Yeah.
Puff and pass.
Yeah.
Puff and pass.
My dad smoked 20-something years. I never, besides drinking, I never really picked up that habit.
And on that note, we'll be back tomorrow.
From the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. U.S. and Iranian negotiators have apparently reached a tentative agreement that would extend the current ceasefire by 60 days and launch talks on Iran's nuclear program. One U.S. official familiar with the matter said it hasn't taken effect yet. President Trump will still need to sign off.